And there it is. The button's been pushed. But who did it? You never believe it. I can't believe it. Who saw that? Nobody. But Johnny Madrid has hit the button. He is the first. He is tonight's index. Johnny, my friend, if you aren't partying, dancing on that table, then by all means, let us do the work for you as we get up, get down, and we rock this ground. Let's go. Get on. Get funky. It's time. You beat everybody to that button today. And for that, Johnny, today you are the index. Let's go. I hope you all are having a wonderful time. Wonderful time. I hope you had a beautiful day. I hope you are ready because today we have a real treat that's going to be tough to beat. But for right now, this party is for Johnny. Let's go. Get down. Get funky. You are tonight's index. So you get to lead the party. You get to lead the roll call. You, my sir, are going first. And we salute you. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. Yes, it is that day. That's right. You've marked it on your calendar. You've been waiting for it all week. It is Talk Tuesday. Talk ain't even me, brother. Not all. Come on, where's the fun in that? That's all right, Johnny. I'll dance on the table for you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, but today is Talk Tuesday. Ooh, who's ready? I hope you're ready. I know I'm ready. But let's get this show on the road. Let's get it started. Let's tell you a little bit about today's Talk Tuesday. Tonight's special guest is our final member of the regime, though just because she's last does not make her the least. This fabulous streamer boasts a growing fridge where she maintains the top of the food chain, and she is definitely a feast. Found chasing after T-Virus villains or running from pigmen and labyrinths, or even allegedly stealing husbands in Stardew, having recently raised $1,000 for her charity to even death by PowerPoint. I promise this snack is for you. Tonight, I present to you, chat. That's right. For you tonight, that lovely treat you're just dying to eat. Please don't forget to pay your taxes from the Regime Kitchen. It is the saltiest snack. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, Salty.
Hi. That was great. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. We'll take it. We'll take it. Wow.
Maybe the best.
Wow. Maybe?
You know, we'll see. We'll see.
It's a great sound. Scientists have been asking that question for 25 years, and they still have not found the answer.
Yes, we have that salty snacks in the house.
That's snalty sacks.
that you know, I'm so used to hearing sacks on your channel. It's
True.
It's one of those things.
It's probably my most frequently redeemed sound alert, just across the board. Of course, that's the first question.
Wait. I'll take it. The answer to why the boob cut? Because when you got it, you gotta flaunt it.
Exactly.
We'll get to the questions. We'll get to the questions. I promise. But
Ellie,
as always, we do have our traditions around here.
Of course.
Accidentally hit on Salty.
You know, I was gonna say your response. I know it was a typo, but that was an answer to the question. Oh God.
I can already see, and you were like, there's a first time for anything. No. You don't understand how these things go. There's not going to be a first time tonight. I already know if there's going to be a first time where it's going to show up at, and it is not here. It is not now.
Dang. All right.
You have already got a growing list of questions.
Oh no, I'm seeing them as they're coming in. Yeah.
Don't look.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for myself. Let's move chat to the other side of the screen. It'll be fine. Oh, Safi's on a golf cart? Get her down from there. No.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Well,
Not driving.
you know she's gonna Tokyo drift that golf cart. I mean, come on.
Oh, she is. She
This
is.
this
She's
is this
blasting.
is
She brought her boombox.
yeah, this is Salty or Safi we're talking about. I don't know
Mm.
why your name's the problem here is I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the regime, every one of you, your names start with the same two letters.
Yeah, I mean,
Safi,
that's kind
Salty,
of
Sandy.
that's
So
kind of how the name
I
came
open my
about.
mouth to start saying a name, and I'm like, okay, which is the next letter sound that should be coming? Who am I talking to? Ah.
Yeah, Safi and I were giggling. You rarely mix up Sandy with anybody. It's always me and Saf. Um, and honestly, that's not just you.
Honestly,
It's just across the board. If
you
someone
two
slips up,
hang out so much together because I see more
yeah,
of you and Safi.
yeah,
Uh, though it's lovely when all three of you are together.
I know, I know. We just
But
can't make that work because of schedules and
time
time
zones,
zones and
time
such.
zones, it
Yeah,
really is
working
a
on it
thing.
though. We are working on it.
I'm sweating you are. Okay, so as is traditional around here, we do have the standard two questions that we ask. Your question queue is already starting to fill up, so I don't, I want to make certain that we have time for all the questions, all the stories, all of the side routes, divots, holes we're going to fall into, bottomless
no.
pits of zombie
Yeah.
lore that may show up.
Probably.
even to commentary about Fleabag. I mean, I knew that was gonna. I did my homework.
We did. Yeah. It's always scary when Nori says, "Hey, by the way, I went through your TikTok," and I've been making TikToks like actively since like it's like 2019, pre-pandemic.
Yep.
So there's some deep cuts in there. Some deep cuts.
Lurking. Thank you for
Haley,
the lurk.
thank you for the lurk. I'm also lurking in your stream.
Yeah, I'm lurking in all the places, but that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so we'll start out with the name because I'm no, we'll get started with the other one. We'll do this in reverse. I think I kind of flip flop on these questions, anyways, but it doesn't really matter. So what is the impetus that has gotten you started in streaming? Like, what was the thing that made Salty Snacks turn on the Twitch streams and go, I am going to be a streamer today?
Honestly, it was a very gradual process. So I honestly haven't been watching streamers a whole lot. I think my first ever Twitch stream that I watched was a DBD streamer maybe in 2018. So that's kind of new for me, streaming specifically. But the first ever YouTube video that I watched was the Yogscast way back in the day had this Minecraft multiplayer server. And it was Minecraft roleplay before Minecraft roleplay was like a thing, and it was called Shadow of Israfel. And my brother introduced me to it. I don't know. He watched it while I was in the room, and I just happened to be sucked in. And so I watched Minecraft YouTube for years and years. Like, I still do, honestly. I just think it's riveting. I think it's such a what is the word I'm looking for? Like a sandbox where people can like just, futz around and do the normal, survival stuff, or they can get creative and do like servers and roleplay and stuff. And it honestly wasn't until Safi and I became really close. So she and I met in college, but we didn't figure out that we were both like closet video game nerds until like right before. So she graduated a year ahead of me. So like right before she graduated was
closet video game nerds. That's a thing. So playing video games is a skeleton that you drag out of your closet. Is that how that works?
Well, see, it's more of a thing of we were both like respectable, like young, attractive females in this college Bible study, and that's not generally the type of person you expect to be interested in video games. I'm being I know it's a stereotype, you know, it's whatever, but yeah, so
Man, I hate to think of what the people that thought of me growing up and when I went to church. I was not
there's
closet
no way
about
that
it.
kid
there was definitely no closet. I'm like, no. We need to hurry this up. Zelda needs some saving back at the house. Let's go.
Yeah, well, so I actually I have, thanks to my brother Theophilus, have always been into gaming, honestly. Even before I started streaming or watching streamers, or even like before the Minecraft phase came around, you know, I used to spend, we shared a room growing up, which was awful, but he had a PlayStation. He got it when he was like 7, so I was 5. Um, and started playing, I think the first one was way back in the day. They released these Harry Potter games for PlayStation, and they were so bad. But I watched him play that, and then I watched him play through most of the Assassin's Creed games, and you know, it was just kind of a natural progression into liking video games from there. And I was always a Game Boy kid. I had a Game Boy from like age 4, probably. um, but yeah. So fast forwarding to college, and I moved off campus after living on campus for 3 years, and I was finally like, oh my gosh, I've got good internet. I've got a computer that kind of works sometimes. What if I just did this? And then I didn't for 2 years. I was like, man, this is such a great opportunity. And I'm kind of a go big or go home kind of person. So I didn't stream, not like a single second, until I had my full gaming PC, my HD webcam, like everything. Like my background was completely empty. It was literally just like my green walls, and that was it. Um but yeah, so I guess like the impetus of like why I wanted to stream was I, not that I'm driven by other people, but I will keep something up if there are other people who are interested in it with me. So part of it, honestly, was I wanted to keep in contact with Saf after she moved like 9 hours away from me after school. Um, and another one of my good friends, Peach, is a streamer, and we kind of reconnected over Twitch when we both started streaming, and to the extent that I was in her wedding last year. So it's just a really great
Wow.
community thing for me. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, like we didn't meet on Twitch, but it kind of helped us stay in touch. Um, but yeah, it was just kind of an inevitability, honestly. And I don't know how to explain this. I've talked about this a little bit. So I have this tendency to like cling to whatever the popular form of media is. That makes me sound like a sheep, but anyway. Um, so you
It's
know,
not
like
that
way back in the
bad.
you're so funny. Um, but
Sorry.
like so like way back in the day, my first social media platform was Tumblr, and I was like a semi-popular fandom blogger on Tumblr. And then TikTok came around, and I had like kind of weird success with TikTok as well. And then Twitch became like the super popular thing, and I was like, well, I might as well give this one a shot. And so far, I think it's working okay. So hasn't driven me the wrong direction yet. Who's to say? This might be it. This might be I've peaked here. This is it. Tomorrow it's going downhill, guys.
I don't think you've peaked here. Just I still think there's still forward momentum that's going to be occurring. But all that aside,
I hope so. Yes.
So I have so many questions now because of the story, and I have tabled a lot of them because I will keep dragging you back into the story.
Yeah.
As we continue on, but the name Salty Snacks. Why?
So the real OGs will know that my original username was Study in Salt. So when I was in high school, so I've never been a person who had nicknames. Like my family's like go-to terms of endearment are just other people's names. So, growing up, I was never my birth name is Kayla. Oh. Like I was never Kayla. I was always like Gertrude or Sally or Susan or just like a random name. So I get to high school and I've never had like an actual nickname. And I start taking culinary classes for extra credit. And it was kind of like a rite of passage that when you moved on to the second year of the program, you get a nickname based on like your personality, something about you, something that you do that's funny, whatever.
Right.
Like I had a friend who her nickname was Pippi Longstocking because she always wore her hair in pigtails, whatever. So I was the last person to get a nickname because I'm kind of like a more withdrawn person, especially in like large groups, and especially like back then when I was like 14. And one day they put me in charge of making, oh, what was it? It was some sort of chicken dish, and I not
Why
only
does it
did I
sound like
burn
your
it.
nickname is, and this particular name has stemmed from the fact that you oversalted something?
It is exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. Um, I burnt it and oversalted it, and our chef, who was our teacher, didn't like yelling at me because again, I was a very timid individual and I would cry at the drop of a hat. Um, and he pulls me aside to the side room and is like, "I need you to taste this," and I did, and I just like started silently crying, and he's like, "You've earned your nickname, Salty." It was such a almost cathartic moment because I was like, I messed up so bad. I was fully expecting him to like fail me, kick me out of the class, but he was just like, it
No.
happens. It is what it is.
Well,
And it
yeah. I
also
mean, cooking is the thing
go ahead.
that happens. Well, I mean, I was just saying. My grandmother loved to cook, and so
Mm,
she's like, you make mistakes. You add a little too much of something. You taste it. You go,
yeah.
oh, that's horrible. That's terrible. Throw it out. Start over again.
Yeah. Yeah. And luckily I'm a better cook now. I consider myself an okay cook. Um but yeah, so that like just having a nickname meant a lot to me. So I really clung on to Salty. And then at that time was when BBC Sherlock was big, and I was a huge BBC Sherlock nerd. Hence the actual signed poster that I have behind me that I have not yet framed. Um, I forgot that was there.
Of Sherlock Holmes and Watson, the new
Yes.
version of it. Haha.
Yeah. 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 It's lovely. And for some reason, I was only really into that version. I tried like reading the books, and I was like, this is kind of
Really?
boring because because I was 14, and I was like, this isn't it. But um I really liked,
Fascinating.
there was one of the books that I read that I enjoyed was Study in Scarlet. And I was like, what if I am Study in Salt? Because I don't know, I just needed a username and I needed wanted to hold on to Salty. Um, so that became my gamer tag for like everything. I'm sure there's probably platforms out there where I'm still Study in Salt. Um, but and then when I started streaming, I was like, okay, people keep calling me Study, which I didn't like. That's nothing. So I was like, okay, I need to workshop this. How do I be salty? How do I make people call me salty? How do I be salty? I aced that one actually. I've got that down. Um, but
I was going to say,
Saf actually,
I think you fairly nailed the salty bit. I think everybody calls you
I
salty
did.
now.
Yeah, yeah. It this was all part of my grand plan, you guys. This was what I
The
wanted from the
master
beginning.
scheme.
It is. It is. I've manipulated all of you from the very beginning, and you never knew.
Au contraire, mon frère.
But I workshopped a couple different usernames, and I really wish there was a more of a story behind the snacks part of it, but there isn't really. Other than I'm a like chronic salty snacker, um, because my blood does weird things if I don't have enough sodium. So, um, yeah, that's and thus Salty Snacks was born.
And thus we have the saltiest of snacks.
We do have the saltiest of snacks. We do. For better or for worse.
For richer, for poorer, till death do us part.
I wouldn't go that far.
So, and I'm just more out of curiosity than anything else, just because this is not the first time that we've heard that both of you and Safi were in college together. Like, did you guys have a class together? That's how you met? Did you like run into the halls? Did she swipe your boyfriend? You know what?
I wish
I didn't ask. I meant to ask Safi, Safi, her version of that, and then I completely forgot about it because we got so derailed on everything else. And I'm like, I got to remember to ask Salty next week. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna preempt the question queue because I'm really curious if
just get on top of it. Yeah. So
round get on top of it. You said it, not me.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Call it like fate or divine providence or whatever, but like I don't think that Saf and I would have met organically if it weren't for this Bible study group that we were both a part of. Because she was like really cool and athletic and hang out with the artsy folks. What was it?
She did tell me. I take that back. She did tell. I did ask that question because I was like, "How did you two meet?" And she's like, "We met at this Bible study." And I think it was you who were talking about during. It was the first when all three of you guys were together. You were like, "Yeah." She just walked in. She was this cool person in a tutu, and she plopped down on the.
Yeah. So it was at my brother Theophilus's house, because his wife was leading the Bible study, and I had met all the other girls in the group before because we were all part of like another Bible study that met on another night. But Saf had dance practice on that day, so she wasn't able to join us. So she was kind of like a late comer to the party, and she was just lovely. Like me, her, and my roommate Charlie just became like thick as thieves, like instantly. Ask Theophilus if he's ever in and around this space. We really just clicked immediately. Like I genuinely think that first night we talked about fallen angels, the logistics of so it under the umbrella of creationism, could there be aliens? And we all kind of landed on we think there's probably aliens, whether or not God was involved. Like
okay. So for starters, is there intelligent life out there? The answer is yes. How do we know? Because they haven't come here.
Exactly. They're actively avoiding us for good reason. But yeah. No, so we met at that group.
It's kind of like driving through interstellar space, right? And then you drive through the ghetto area, and you're just like, yep, roll the windows up, just keep driving.
Yep, just look at the road in front of you, nothing left or right. Yeah.
Yes, Allie has some funny emotes. Salty has some funny emotes.
I do. They're great.
But okay. We'll dive into the millions of Sandy Vision questions.
Oh no.
Sandy asked,
a couple of them.
Why the boob cut?
Why the boob cut? Indeed. Can I be fully transparent? I got this shirt because I had like 2/3 of an outfit. I got this really cute like leather mini skirt, and I had some like maroon tights, and I was like, I need a shirt to go with this. And this is probably the most boring story anyone's told on Talk Tuesday, but I frantically looked. No, oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah, I frantically looked on Amazon, and this met all of my requirements. So I'm wearing it with like yoga pants right now, so it's not a full fit, but it was I did purchase it to complete an outfit that I had in my head. So that's why the boob cut.
It's just fine.
Yeah.
It is just fine.
Thank you, Brain Check.
Second question. Miss Sandy Visions would like to know, what is your favorite monster smut?
Oh yeah, okay. I do have a favorite series. I don't know if it is
hey, Brain Check, I will never complain about boob windows. I'm sorry. That's the guy in me.
Yes, also, can we, circling back to that, I had a long conversation, I've had this conversation several times with Charlie, about, okay, apparently the original Star Trek series, it's like a thing where Captain Kirk constantly just has this area of his chest, like, on display for, like, no reason. Like, they just find any reason for this man to be, like, slightly shirtless. So,
topless,
when I first walked out, when I first walked out with this shirt on, she just laughed and said, boob window. But yes, what was I talking about that wasn't boob window? Oh, smut. Okay. I was in this like odd combination of like just starting to read again after not reading anything for like 3 years. And also like a mild depressive episode in like the beginning of September of this past year. And I got a random book recommended to me, and it was free on Kindle. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And it led to me reading nothing but orc romance for the entire month of September. I read like 12 of these books. They're so good. I do have a favorite. Okay, well, I have a favorite series. I don't think I could pinpoint one favorite book in the series. It's the Orc Sworn series by Finley Fenn. It's so good. It's so good. Each book is like 400 pages. And it's just so good. And it started me out on the whole where we are now, where Sandy is constantly making fun of me for reading Cthulhu Smut. I still haven't gotten around to reading that one. It doesn't look as good as the other ones that I've got in my roster right now, but yeah, my favorite one is still the Orc Sworn series by Finley Fenn.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So tentacle porn, okay. Orc smut, absolutely top rank.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that kind of what we're getting here?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of like extra appendages. That doesn't do it for me. So yeah, but there's a tier list there for me.
there's a qualifier for it. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. I also have a fear of the ocean, so that probably ties into the tentacle stuff as well. Sorry, Sandy. Hate to disappoint you, but it is what it is.
Well, fear of the ocean is actually pretty valid and actually pretty normal.
I think especially I would never call it an irrational fear. I think it's the most rational fear. The reason I have a fear of the ocean is because I got stung by a stingray when I was like 10. And I had to go to the hospital. So I have actual trauma associated with this fear. So I stand by it. The ocean, I don't want to mess with it. Wait, Allie. Please let me know who and why. Also, Brain Check, I have seen Legends and Lattes. It was wholesome but good. It's on my list. It is on my list. Yeah.
Okay. As of recently, the most of the books that I have been reading have been around API guides and whatnot. So I haven't actually sat down to read.
Oh, that's saucy stuff right there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I haven't sat down to actually read for enjoyment in a number of years now.
Yeah, I hadn't either until like last year, pretty much. From like junior year of college, like I had like 4 solid years where I just like didn't touch a book at all. So
now you have a degree, a master's, not a master's, but you have a degree in, what is that? Isn't it a writing degree?
Yeah,
English.
kind of. I have a journalism degree.
There you go, journalism. I'm like, it's. I know what it is. It deals with pen and paper.
It do. Yeah. Yep. I do love a good audiobook. Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, audiobooks are fun. I take that back. Audiobooks are interesting. My biggest problem with audiobooks is I tend to tune them out. So
yeah, sometimes I will like put them on and then like play games on my phone, so my brain is like content that I'm doing something, but also it's nothing that's so intensive that I have to like give it my full attention.
Yeah, no, I can't. I've actually got a couple of audiobooks saved to my phone for like I listen to while driving long distance. And I say listen to, and I am going to, not saying the air quotes listen to, but it's basically background noise.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember the book I was listening to by the time I get to the destination. I'm like, wait, what was I listening to again? So I'm fairly certain, like when I made the 4-hour trip to DreamHack, I had a book I listened to all the way there, and then turned around and listened to the same book all the way back, and I couldn't tell you what the book was or what it was about.
Hey, but you didn't fall asleep on the road, right? That's all that matters.
It was just noise on the radio. Well, I like the audiobooks for long distance traveling, because then I don't have to deal with the static that comes from trying to find a radio station.
Yep. I'm glad. Whatever brought you here, I'm so glad. Welcome. This is a safe space. Hi, Jim. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Jim. Yes, Orc Smut. Tonight's hot topic item, Orc Smut. Come get it. Don't fall for the Goblin Smut. It's a little short.
I'm not going to respond to that one.
I'm not going to apologize for that one either. So there you go.
You don't have to. I'm just not going to say anything. Oh, God.
It's fine. It's fine. The pun, right? So, that works well. It takes us into the next one. Ms. Sandy Visions would like to know what is your favorite book?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. Oh, I should have.
You can include the Orc Smut too, if you really want to. Be like,
well, okay. there's several different types of favorites. So I did find those really enjoyable, but I that's probably not even on my like top 20 favorite books, because for me, a favorite book has to be something that I enjoyed, something that sticks with me, and something and or something that like adds to my life, right? Like there are books that were really formative for me in like high school that I still consider on my list of favorites, simply because they helped form me into who I am.
Right.
So I think of them fondly, but to answer your question, I think no, okay. See, I have this issue with music as well, where I have a favorite artist, but I couldn't tell you a favorite song. So I'm gonna throw out a couple of authors. Absolutely love V.E. Schwab. They wrote the Shades of Magic. It was originally a trilogy, but now book 4 is out. I haven't read book 4, but those books are so good, and all of their other books are also amazing that are outside of that series. I'm very fond of Naomi Novik. She wrote her most popular book is Uprooted, which is a really nice like standalone fantasy book. It's one of my like comfort food books. It's really nice. But she also has this amazing but kind of slow historical dragon rider series set in the backdrop of the Napoleonic Wars. So it's basically like, England and France and all the people are fighting over the English Channel, but also everyone has dragons. So that's you love Timura. Yes, Brain Chick. It's so good. It's so good. It's just yeah. Those are probably like two of my more favorite authors. This is an entire shelf, you guys can't really see it, of Cassandra Clare books, which aren't necessarily my favorite anymore, but the Shadowhunter series was like my top favorite series for like most of middle school, high school. So yeah. But I would say probably V.E. Schwab's work and Naomi Novik's work are top of the line for me. Yeah.
Aldrea, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Welcome in. Yeah. I couldn't pick one favorite. It would not work.
Interesting note, if you are just dropping in, there in the title, you'll find Miss Salty Snacks' name. If you click on that, it will bring up a little Twitch page. There's a little heart there that you can click on to make certain you follow so you can catch all of her lovely content as well. We do this Talk Tuesday here every Tuesday, introducing you guys to the fabulous and the finest that Twitch has to offer. And tonight's special guest is no exception.
You were just talking. Oh my God, squirrel. I knew it. I knew there was something about squirrel that I liked. Yeah. Naomi Novik is so good. I haven't read. I think she has a new-ish series that she's co-writing with somebody. I have not read that one, but basically everything else of hers I have read. Hello, Aljonis. Welcome in.
We're gonna skip a bunch of questions real quick, just because I think this is kind of pertinent to the topic that we're already on, and then we'll go back to the list. But Aldrea would like to know: did you read ACOTAR or Fourth Wing first? And if I slaughtered the name of that, then I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's an acronym. I don't think the pronunciation matters.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Brain Chick. I did read Spinning Silver. Was not as good as Uprooted. Okay. Which one did I read first? They were very close. So technically, I think I read. Oh wait, I read them in the same week. Actually, now that I'm realizing it. Okay, so I went on beach vacation with my mom last year. Back in like May, I think, and I brought ACOTAR with me, book 1, and I read it, and I was like, okay, this is okay. I don't think I'm gonna pick up the rest of the series because it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be. And then my mom, literally, we're sitting on the beach. I'm reading ACOTAR. She finishes Fourth Wing, and she throws this hardcover book at me, and she says, "I need you to read this right now. Put down what you're reading. I need you to read this." So I did technically read them in the same week. So I read ACOTAR, Fourth Wing, reread Fourth Wing, and then read the entire rest of the ACOTAR series. I'm on book 4 now, Silver Flames. I've got about like 150 pages left in it. Yeah, she threw a whole hardcover book at her only daughter. I mean, it was important, and I'm really glad I read them because it was great. But it was a flying object chucked directly at my unsuspecting body. So
I can tell you, as a parent, I would have done the same thing, knowing full well that I have a hard head, and my offspring would have as well have inherited said hard head. I wouldn't have had any concerns. I've been like, here you go.
Oh God. Oh no. Man, maybe there's just something that knocks loose when you become a parent where you're like, I can do physical violence. This is fine.
It doesn't get knocked loose when you have the kids. It gets violently and slowly ripped out of you over the first several years of the kids' lifehood. So like 0 to 1 to even 2, they're lovely. They're your precious thing. You coddle them. You make certain that nobody hurts them. You watch what you're feeding them. Everything else is like, no. After 2, they get up to start walking around, can get into things and talk back and don't want to listen. And it's downhill from there. You're just like slowly dying. You're like, okay, when you get out and on your own, I'm going to sit back and laugh at you as you finally come to realize and discover all the things that I have been trying to teach you actually have value.
Wow. Some A+ parenting philosophy right there.
You know, I laugh at my own son. He pops in. He's
my
like,
parents laugh at me as well.
He's like, you won't believe what happened. I'm like, you did this. Yeah. How did you? Because I told you about that already. I've already told you, don't do that. You're going to regret it. Yeah, I regret that. Oh, I told you so.
God.
All right.
Yeah, Aldrea, yes. It was ACOTAR Book 1, Fourth Wing again, and then Court of Mist and Fury. Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to answer that before we moved on.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. You are welcome to engage with as much of the chat or as little of the chat as you want.
Got it. Ignoring them from now on.
I'm here fielding the questions that come in so that, you know, because chat may sometimes get really busy and so the stuff will fly up the screen. I actually have a little program here that every time somebody hits that redeem, it actually copies the question out and sticks it over here in this little page. So I keep a running list of the questions so I don't lose them.
Good.
So there you go.
Good. Yeah, if I was just pulling them from chat, we'd lose stuff. So
yeah, it gets lost really quick, right?
Yeah.
So Saphira876 asks, why not the boob cut?
Yeah. Well said. Was that a question? Was that a question?
It's your college buddy. You tell me, was that a question?
Oh.
Was that a statement? Was that just them hitting the button and having a good time?
Who's to say?
You're asking the wrong guy there. I feel like you would know them better than I would. So
yeah, I feel like I've answered that question already. So
all right,
I call that one good.
Oh, Miss Visions would like to know Leon or Geralt.
That's a good question. I gotta look at him. Okay. It's probably got to be Geralt. Let me attempt to formulate a reason why. That's. Do I know why? Wait.
I don't know. Do you know why?
I think it's just he's got more he's got more mileage. You know,
wow.
He knows. Yeah, he's lived. He's got the life experience.
More mileage. You sound like you're trying to pick up an old car. Like, I don't want that one. It's got 20,000 miles on it. No, give me that one. He's got 200,000 miles, well used.
There's been a lot. If he's got 200,000 miles and he's still running, that means there's something good under the hood, right? Wait a minute.
You said it.
I did say it. I don't know. He's
excuse me a second. I'm a little warm now.
I know. Let me put it in a different way. Leon Kennedy looks like he probably would have rejected me in college. I don't really have a however Geralt wouldn't have kind of thing. I don't know. She's into them salt and pepper men. Listen.
We don't kink shame around here. It's just fine.
God, if we did, this would not be a safe space for me.
I'm certain it would always be a safe space for you. Just fine.
Oh, thank you.
Just fine. This is Talk Tuesday. We're going to go down many different rabbit holes. Things are going to be said that we're going to regret.
Yeah. Would you believe that once upon a time I marketed myself as a family-friendly streamer?
Would you believe once upon a time I gave up on trying to be family-friendly?
I feel like yours isn't too bad. You know,
oh no. No. You have not been here for the Denmark After Dark. No.
That's
naughty.
True.
Not
That's
even close. You can ask the squirrel about it. She still has PTSDs from some Denmark After Dark moments. They get really spicy.
Oh, now I'm intrigued. Mrs.
Saphira would like to know which Saf persona is your favorite.
Oh, that's a really good. Okay.
And I'm going to tack onto this because I want an explanation on the multitude of Saf personas that you absolutely know.
Yeah. So there's just Saf, just standard Saf.
I've never met standard Saf. You'll have to explain standard Saf.
Okay, standard Saf is your respectable young woman. You know, she's got a job, she's educated, she's fun to watch play RuneScape. She's just standard.
Have a good night, Eldranus.
Yes, good night, Eldranus. Never met her. Yeah, for real. Never met that woman. So that's our baseline. Then there is Boy Saf, who is Saf's 14-year-old alter ego / son ? There's still some ambiguity on that one, but his name is Shadrach, like Shadrach from the Bible, but Chad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Shadrach, and then is Queen Safi technically a persona? If there is, it's just Safi in a crown. And then there's Peebs 2.0, where she dresses up as our friend Pirate Boy. That's just Safi in a crown. Okay.
Let's not forget Prince Charming Safi, because we got to see a little bit of that on.
That's just standard Saf, I think. Like, she just happens to have the exact energy of Prince Charming from Shrek 2. Like, after that was pointed out to me, that's flirty Saf. Oh, okay. So that's why I think it's standard Saf. Okay. It makes sense.
It's cherry. Mwah.
It's cherry flavor. Want to taste?
Somebody clipped that moment, by the way. It came up on a stream.
Did it?
Yes. I popped into somebody. It was I got they kicked the shout out off, and that's what come up was Flurry Staff going, cherry flavor. You want to taste?
The first time she did
so many questions.
I'm lost my mind. God. Okay, but out of them, I think Shadrach is probably my favorite.
Shadrach.
Yeah, he's just horribly sexist and doesn't know how to talk to women. But also he's 14 and I think he can learn to be better. We hope.
Ice. Place your bets, folks. Place your bets.
Exactly.
Eventually, Shadrach will hit puberty. Is that what we're thinking?
I don't know if he'll live that long. It's a toss up.
Well, according to you, at age 30, that's it. We're done.
That's true. That is, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys. If you are over the age of 30, I hate to inform you, but you are no longer here. You're no longer with us. You've passed into the plane beyond this one. So, sorry, guys. It is what it is.
Yeah. There you go. We have a series. I'm just going to bundle these ones up so that you can have fun with these at your convenience. We have a series of Kiss, Marry, Kills for you.
Oh, no.
Your first group is Sandy, Hales, and Safi.
Okay.
And your second group is Leon, Geralt, or Wesker.
Okay. That one is easier. I can give you an immediate answer to that. I'm gonna kiss Leon Kennedy because, like I said before, he's delicious, but I don't think he's got like lifelong partner energy. I'm gonna marry Geralt because of aforementioned mileage, and then I'm gonna kill Wesker before he kills me. But I think those two are kind of mutually exclusive. Like, I can't kill him before he kills me. He's going to kill me regardless. So he's just in the picture, and this is the only way that it ends. So that one's easy. All right, and it's Hales, Saf, and Sandy.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Okay. God.
So I find it interesting how quickly the way you three girls each come about that question differently. Like Saf was like, "Oh, this is easy," blah, systematically, ruthlessly, just there we go, we're done.
Ruthless. It was actually very thoughtful because since we were in college, I've always said this is a joke. I would like to preface this by saying it's a joke. That I would like to be killed by a serial killer so that 10 years after my death, a white woman with a podcast will accidentally solve my murder. That's the whole setup. So she was doing me a favor by saying that she would kill me to help fulfill my lifelong goal of being killed by a serial killer. So that was just her being a good friend.
I'm trying to sort out this white woman with a podcast reference.
So it's a thing where there are like it's usually like white women in their 20s and 30s, and they have like true crime podcasts because that's like the target audience of most true crime shows. And there have been several instances where these podcasts have like accidentally solved cases because they've paid so much attention to like the evidence, and sometimes they just throw out a theory and it happens to be the correct one, and when the authorities catch wind of that, they're like, wait a minute, we should look into that. So that was very thoughtful of Saf to consider my dreams, my hopes, my desires. However, none of the three of these people have expressed an interest to me in dying young. So, you know what? Actually, this scenario does not provide a timeline, right? So I don't have to do all of this at once. I don't have to kiss one, turn around, have a marriage ceremony, and then turn around and stab the third person. That's not how this works, right?
I think generically the question is the way the question works is you're typically stuck in a room with the three, and you have to make that decision right then and there.
Oh, that's worse.
But it's never been.
Okay.
I was going to say, it's never been specifically stated that is the behavior. I think that has always just been the assumed extra variables around the question. Right. Since Sandy came in and it is her question, she's like, no, all in one go. Then unfortunately, there's your extra variable, and so now you're stuck.
Okay. All right.
I was going to try to give you an out, but we got squashed.
I know. I was trying to give myself an out because. Okay.
Oh,
Um,
it's magic.
exactly. I think. Okay, I am going to marry Saf because we've known each other the longest, and I think out of the three of them, I could tolerate sharing a living space with her the most. But I only say that because I have not, I've, I've not, I've not met Hales in person, so I wouldn't know. Sandy, I love you. I want to reiterate that I love you. We did sleep in the same room, and it was magical. But yeah,
you heard it
I'm
here
gonna have
first.
to.
Regime confessional only on Talk Tuesday.
Yeah. Sandy and I have shared a room. We did not share a bed because I don't like touching people. But yeah. So we're marrying Saf.
Uh-huh.
We're keeping
Uh-huh.
her. And it just feels the rest of this feels unfair because I love Hales. I think she's lovely. But since I've known her the least amount of time and I've never met her in person, by default she has to be the person I kill. Because I've watched Sandy sleep. I mean, I've shared a room with Sandy. I can't kill her in good conscience. Right. So I'm gonna kiss I'm gonna kiss Sandy Visions. No, Sandy, who said that? No, I've never watched you sleep. I never. Sandy, I'm trying to say I would kiss you. Okay? But yeah. So final answer, marry Saf, kiss Sandy, kill Hales. I'm so sorry, Hales. But there we go. There we go. Are you happy now? Are you happy? God. What? Allie! How do you know I didn't?
Well, we thought this was Talk Tuesday. This has now become Triangle Confessions.
It really has. Wait, so you remember a warm breath? It was the cats. Wait. So what are the final? Okay, so Sandy's killing me. No, wait. No, Saf killed me. What did Sandy say for me? Do you remember?
Yes, Moose, you can do the puzzle. Exclamation puzzle will get you a link to the puzzle. Sandy married you.
Okay, there we go. So, sorry, Moose. Use my link. I even misspelled it. Puzzles.
Puzzles.
Yeah. So Sandy. Wait. Sandy married me.
Uh-huh.
That's lovely. Safi killed me.
Uh-huh.
That's great. I feel like we're a happy family at this point.
Maybe.
We hope so, question mark. Oh God.
At least mommy and daddy aren't fighting in this one.
Not anymore. Not yet. There's the night is young.
Wow. Miss Visions would like to know if money wouldn't be an issue, what job would you like to do? Aldrea, I'm glad you are enjoying. Yes, it lets you, you can dive in and you can do the puzzle with everybody while we're doing Talk Tuesday. This was actually suggested by somebody who watches Talk Tuesday. They're like, what would be nice is if we could just do the puzzle with you. Sure thing.
It is nice. Yeah, I've done it while I'm watching other people's, but if I'm on, my attention is so bad that I have to,
No, you're fine.
be fully plugged in. Um, what was the question? I'm sorry. Where am I?
If money wouldn't be the issue,
Oh,
what job would you like to do?
yeah. See, part of my issue is that I genuinely think I could be content doing anything. But I have begun to think that my dream job would be being a producer for an audiobook production company. Um, so, fun fact, originally, the reason that I chose to study journalism in college was because I really wanted to get into publishing. I wanted to be a book editor. Um, and I've actually been putting a lot of thought to this recently because for some reason I had that dream of like being an editor and going into publishing and whatever. And I applied
Mm-hmm.
to like maybe 7 of like pretty much like the major um publishing houses, and I got outright rejected by 2 and then just never heard back from the others. And I was like, well, there goes that dream. Got to give up. And then I pivoted, and now I'm doing finance for a nonprofit, which is
Well,
not bad at all.
and no, it's not bad. And I would say you don't ever give up on your dream.
Mm.
You just take time out from it. But I started writing code at 12.
Mm.
And I started writing. I actually started my first actual piece of code I wrote was a video game. When I was, I don't know, 13. Yeah, I guess it was 13 when I finally finished it up so I could play. Because I wanted to play games. I wanted to do stuff with code. I didn't think anybody would ever pay me for it, so I never took it serious enough. Later on, I discovered that I actually could make a living on it, and people would pay me for it. So I would say, don't give up on your dreams.
Yeah.
Maybe
so this is actually
backseat it, but don't ever give up on them.
Yeah. So this is actually a conversation that has kind of come back around in my life. Is so I got hired into my previous job right out of college. They were an organization that I'd worked with before. They reached out to me. They were really great.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew probably within 6 months of starting that this wasn't going to be the job that I'm at forever. But
Right.
I haven't really known what my next step is because I am not located in an area where like there's a lot of opportunities professionally wise. Wow. We're going to pretend that I didn't say professionally wise. Um
I
so
heard
so I've
professional wise, so I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking about.
good. Oh, good. Okay, great. Love it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just riffing here, don't mind me.
You're
Um
fine.
but yeah, and I don't right now in my life I don't really want to move away from my family because my brother is adopting his foster kids, or hoping to, fingers crossed, in the next couple of months. But um so I haven't wanted to make a move like immediately, but um if Sandy is still in chat and if Safi's there, I have been meaning to tell you guys that I am looking at jobs further south. Just to I'm not looking seriously yet because I've got some stuff that I need to finish up at this current job, but like, I'm considering um looking in different places because originally my dream was to like live in New York and be a book editor, and I genuinely think I would hate living in New York. I think that
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like a nightmare.
it is a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love the South. I really love where Haranprat lives. I love where Safi lives. So um and I've got some
Really,
friends up here where who are also looking at some jobs further south because again there's not much industry here. So it's nothing set in stone, but it is something that I'm beginning to think about kind of seriously. So but yeah, and I guess I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I know that that job is out there, and I know that it is somewhat attainable. Um, but currently, I'm just in the place of like, I'm not ready to make that move yet, so I haven't started looking seriously. But I mean, it's it's an option, and I'm keeping all the cards on the table, or
I
not
find that
ruling anything out until I have to.
absolutely fascinating since I'm actually, well, I say my wife has actually been looking at places to live up and around where you are.
Really close to me, yeah. It wasn't intentional. I was like, they're moving this way. I gotta leave. No,
I believe it. I believe it. You're like, no, no, get me out of here. Nori's coming this way.
yeah,
I'm out. I'm out.
can't do
Gone.
that, guys. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Yeah, and again, this
Which
isn't a serious conversation yet, but
it's actually kind of interesting because I think you are actually well, I say short. It's short-ish, sort of a drive away from the squirrel where you are.
wait, really?
Uh huh.
Where's Squirrel?
And she's up in New York.
Oh, okay. New York isn't. I mean, it's closer than. I guess I've got friends who live in New York. I think it's smarter to fly, honestly. Yeah, it's like a 5.5-ish hour drive just to get into New York from where I'm at, which I guess is closer, but
No, it's a lot
yeah,
closer than I am.
yeah, significantly.
um, and I'm not. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah, but
something like that.
circling back to the question, Sandy. I think I would really enjoy working for honestly any job in publishing at this point. I think I would really enjoy because I think it's all fascinating, and I've been doing a lot of marketing stuff with my current job, so I could do marketing. Honestly, just let me talk about books for a living, and I'm happy. So yeah.
Now, do you like just to talk about books in general, or is it like no? I've actually have had to have read the book in order to talk about it. Like if I gave you a synopsis to go and say, "Here's the book I want you to go sell," could you do
I mean,
that?
I would
Because
prefer to read them because I feel like just coming from a marketing perspective or just a logistics perspective, if you are selling a product, you want to know as much about that product as you can, right? So
yeah,
I know
no,
not all marketing professionals do that because if you've got so many projects, you can't expose yourself to everything. But for me as a person, if I am putting something out into the world, I want to know that it is good, right? um so
I
and
get that.
and if it's a book, like why wouldn't I read it, right? And again, it depends on workload. Is it feasible for me to be able to read every single book that I am promoting? But there are things within the industry that make that shorter. There are people who like their entire job is to read a book and then make a really detailed synopsis for the marketing people to be able to understand what this book is about and what they're advertising. So,
That's
you
right.
know, there's tons of people who are involved in the process, and I genuinely think I would enjoy being any one of those people. But see, originally I was like, what if I just like became an author? What if that was my thing? But I have learned, as much as I enjoy writing, I don't have, at least right now in my life, I don't have the talent to be able to cultivate a full idea to its completion. Like, I'm really good at generating ideas, but I can't really get past like the first 5 or 6 chapters of any of my writing projects. So,
Writing's
but
hard.
it is really hard. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's something that I'm good at, but I don't think it's something that I'm gifted at, if that makes any sense.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's not. I mean, I keep joking that like one day I'm just gonna publish under a pseudonym and no one's gonna know that it's me, and I'm gonna become like a New York Times bestselling author or whatever, and then I'm gonna tell absolutely nobody. I think that would be the biggest flex. And who knows?
Well,
maybe I am a published author. Maybe I am a New York Times bestselling author.
You heard it first, folks. She is admitting to being.
I will neither confirm nor deny any of these allegations.
I reached out for the first author that I know that published under a pseudonym, and the first name that popped into my head was not one I was going to use. I'm like, nope, can't use that one. Moving on.
Oh my. Okay. All right. Word. Got it.
Well, there are some things that will spawn like large amounts of nasty speak and trigger people and everything else, and we do like to keep this as safe as a place as possible.
Yep.
If you want to talk about work smut, you are welcome to do so. Nobody's going to kink shame, I promise.
Oh, Lord.
Writing is hard. Yes, Lillian, welcome in. Let's see. Which city in the world would you like to visit the most at the moment?
Oh. I mean, other than the city in which Sandy Visions is currently residing, Art. I would really love to visit. So I almost studied abroad in Scotland when I was in college, but my financial aid fell through. So I still would like to visit Scotland if at all possible. Look, we've been intermittently talking about it, but yeah, honestly, anywhere in Europe. I know that is horribly vague because Europe is, disgustingly large. But I genuinely would love to take.
Where at in Europe you're talking about, it's not any bigger than anywhere here in the States. So
that's true. Yeah, dream vacation for me 100% would be just to take like a couple of months and spend a little bit of time in a bunch of different places. So I would love to visit Italy. We almost Charlie and I almost did a Italian vacation after we graduated, but the year that we graduated, there was this thing that happened where the entire world shut down. International travel wasn't really a thing, so that one fell through. So, but yeah, I would love to visit. Florence was specifically the one that we were going to go visit because they've got a lot of historical stuff there that Charlie would like to see. I think I would like to visit London just to say I did. I don't think I would like to spend much time there. It doesn't seem like a place that I would thrive. Dublin, 100%. I would love to visit Dublin in Ireland. There's apparently, my family immigrated to the US in like the 1903 is the year that we came. I'm not 100% certain. And there's in theory, a homestead in Germany somewhere that belongs to my family. I almost said my last name. But yeah, yeah, I just blanket would love to visit Europe, anywhere in Europe. Yay, doxing. The amount of times I've doxed myself were like nearly done. Sandy, I will attempt to find out for you. My I think one of my uncles years ago did like this full like lineage and found a bunch of public records and stuff. But I will see. I am primarily German, fun fact. So it's probably not in Hamburg. Could not say. Yeah.
So not only is she a salty snack, she's a German salty snack.
I am. Yeah.
If I salty out, snack.
A salty snack.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sandy, I will attempt to figure out.
She's a pretzel.
Wait. Oh God, is that what salty is in German? That's awful.
Det är
I know
snack.
it's pronounced almost exactly like salty, but oof. Wow. Yeah. It means the salty snack. Perfect. Great. Yeah, and I used to say so like I had a bucket list once upon a time, but I just stopped adding to it. Because oh, no, sorry. But on my list I said I wanted to live in a major city for a year of my life, and I wanted to live abroad for a year of my life. And I haven't been able to do either of those. And honestly, I still think that I would enjoy that. However, I am in my advanced age. I don't really believe in renting anymore. I think it's disgusting. I think it's really predatory. And I kind of think it's a waste of money.
Advanced age.
Yeah. You know, it my age is advancing. I don't know what to say.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Dig that hole. Let's go ahead.
I'm not.
Let me get you a shovel for it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I'll shovel. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. Well, yeah, Aldrea. Yeah, I'm so close. Guys, I got 5 years left on this earth. Like, I gotta make it count. So yeah.
Wow.
But what I was saying was I don't like I don't like the idea of renting, but I would have to, I guess, if I was living abroad. Yeah.
Okay, so not necessarily. Well, I mean, if you go overseas, yes, potentially. Yeah. But like one of the things that I've got on my list of stuff I want to do is actually me and Chael have been talking about building a tiny home on wheels.
Yes.
And just driving. And so you can go anywhere you want at that point. You're not tied down to a house, and you can just kind of go spend a couple months here, go spend a couple months there. And as long as you can, generate an income, which given my livelihood, the way I earn my income, as long as I have the internet, I'm fine. So for me, this becomes a null set issue. And it's like, oh yeah, definitely. We'll just build a small little mobile home and we'll just drive around, go see different people, go meander about. I do know we have plans that we are currently working on to actually go to Europe and spend like a month or so and travel around, go to Sweden and UK and whatnot. Sweden mostly just so we can go say hi to Mr. Waggleton and Emma Keisha and Dote and the fine folks that are over there, and just say hi to them, see them in person, and shake their hands, and have dinner, that sort of thing. We got to travel to New Orleans last year, and we got to hang out with a couple of streamers that are down there, Sniff My Peter and his wife, and they're lovely friends who do the Renaissance Fair circuit. So that was fantastic. They were a bard couple that, I say couple, they were a bard pair, a duo that were on the Pretty Advanced tour frame. And so that was fantastic.
That's really
so we got to sit down and talk with them and meet them. I think it's fascinating. I like meeting people. I like sitting down. I like having conversations. I like, just getting to know a person. It's fun. And so it was a real treat. And we spent the better part of most of the day hanging out with Fox and Bull while we were there in town. We went to have a drink, did a little bit of celebrating. I gave Bull a wedgie. It's a whole story. You'll have to ask her about it. She tells it so much better than I do.
Wow. I'm very glad there were no wedgies when we met in person.
Yeah, well, yes. And then I got to go out to DreamHack and hang out with you ladies of the regime, which was absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10 would absolutely recommend.
DreamHack or hang out with us?
Hanging out with you ladies.
Oh.
DreamHack was okay. But I would have made the trip just to hang out with you ladies.
Ditto.
It was a good time. It was fun. I enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm glad. I'm sorry, me and Sandy were both sick like the entire time.
That's all right.
Well, it just means we have to have a duo.
You left me alone enough times. I actually just got stopped by every teenager there going, do you know where this is? Do you know that? I played tour guide for the better part of an afternoon. It was, I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Sandy, next time we're not getting sick. It's not happening this time. I'm going to take so many supplements. I'm going to be hopped up on vitamin C. You're not going to see a single cough out of me.
Miss Visions would also like to know what is your favorite game that you've played so far? Like if you had to go back and play that game over and over and over again, replay for everything else, I took away every other thing that you could. You only had choice of one game to play. Which would that be?
Oh. See, again,
I'm going to expand on your question there, Sandy, just because it's a good question, and I really wanted to see what her forever game is.
Yeah. So again, like with books, there's two categories here, right? There's like a book that's just a game that's
so we said one game, and that's your forever game.
Oh.
So categories doesn't matter at this point.
Okay, so it's got to be Stardew Valley then, because that's the game that I've put the most hours into. It is. Oh, would it be Stardew or would it be Minecraft? Wait a minute. Now I'm thinking thoughts. Because I don't really play Minecraft a lot, but it is, like I said earlier, it is variable enough that I could kind of do kind of whatever in it. But I think between the two, it would probably be Stardew. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Stardew. Yeah, I guess. But if we're talking like story games, Detroit Become Human is one of my absolute favorites. I plan on replaying that again on stream. I'm trying to get 100% on that one. Any of the Resident Evil games. Here's the thing. I just enjoy everything that I play on stream so much that attempting to pick favorites is like really hard for me.
I can definitely tell you that I don't enjoy everything I've played on stream.
Oh, interesting. What have you not liked?
First game that jumps to mind is one I've been watching Haley play, and I've had I can watch it, but I have zero interest of wanting to go back and play it again, even though it sits in my library now gathering dust. It's called Astroneer.
Oh, interesting.
I don't mind the survivalist. Like a lot of the games I play are survival style games. Like I have no issue with those. But Astroneer drove me and so Wags, Keisha, myself, and Shale all sat down to play it one afternoon. And after about an hour, Keisha and Shale jumped out. They're like, we're done. We're out of here. And they left. And Wags and myself, we played that game for about 4 hours, and we gave it every chance we could. And the controls just drove us crazy. Like the controls were so unintuitive that you hit the wrong button 9 out of 10 times.
God.
It was that horrendous. Like the buttons that you were like, okay, so I should access my inventory this way. Nope, that just turned on the machine that just sucked up the ground and then dropped me to my death. Great.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just like, no. And there are people that enjoy Astroneer, and I'm like, all power to you. I will watch you play it. I won't touch it.
Yeah. Wow.
You have figured out how to make sense out of that controls. You have my appreciation for your ability to learn the game. I could not do it.
Man. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Are there any? So like games themselves, I don't think there is any that I've played on stream that I didn't like. There were like environments that I didn't love, of like, just people bringing the wrong energy to games, but like
right.
The games themselves I haven't had any duds, I don't think. Not yet.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yeah, the night is young. I've only been streaming for like a year and a half, so or year and a half, 2 years, a little over 2 years.
Wow, little over a little over 2 years.
Yeah, because I was streaming for about a year before I hit affiliate. So, it just gently, Shane, just gently. There were a couple fail mentions. All bad things, obviously.
Obviously. Miss Snacks has been saying some horrendous things about you. I can't believe it.
I have, yeah.
Okay. Best regime moment.
Best regime moment. Oh, interesting. I know, darling. So if we're talking like, I don't know, I really loved specifically that first time the three of us met up for the first time. It was just a lovely weekend. We didn't stream a whole lot. I think we did like we did an Among Us like group stream, but we just like hung out. It basically did the same thing that we do like over Discord, but in person, which is so much better. We just sat around and talked, and then we did the Star Wars photo shoot. That was a lot of fun. Where we killed Nori. I've never killed Nori. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you Nori's sitting in the room this time. Yeah, you absolutely have killed me. Slaughtered me mercilessly.
I don't know why it is. There's something about Nori who I don't want to call you an easy target because that's mean. But if I'm ever imposter, for some reason you're the first person I ever find who's alone.
That's because everybody dips. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, who am I going to follow? And I turn around twice and everybody's gone off in like 50 different directions. I'm like, I don't know which one, what task do I don't even know what task I have or where they're at. So I'm sitting there looking on the map, and by the time I'm like, okay, that's the route I'm going to take. Close the map, everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Salty.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'll just float around as a ghost. I'll figure this stuff out now.
Yeah. But yeah, that first weekend was really fun. Not that the other one wasn't. I just don't remember much from it, honestly. Which is weird because the first weekend I was like horribly sick. The second one was when I helped Saf film a fake perfume commercial. I believe she sent you. Did she send you that? The Eau de Peeps commercial that she filmed? I remember you guys were talking about it. It was very good.
No,
it was very good.
I don't think she did send it to me.
Darn, man, yeah. But then I also think, if we're talking like full picture, not just like stuff in person, I think those early days were really fun. Not that we don't have fun now, but like, so we became the regime pretty much over like Christmas break of last year, or not even Christmas break because we were all working, but like, we were just like playing. Mostly it was Phasmophobia like all the time. Yeah, we had way more free time. I don't know exactly what happened.
Life happened.
Life did happen. Yeah, and we had like, I don't remember if it was Saf or Sandy, probably both of them honestly, who mentioned that weekend, like we spent a Saturday like straight up 8 hours playing Devour, just trying to beat one level, trying to beat the town. And it was insane, but it was so much fun. And like, I love that we look back on that fondly because by the end we were so snippy with each other because we'd been sitting for 8 hours. We were like failing over and over and over again. We were starting to get really short with each other, but we were all looking back on that like, wow, that was so much fun. But yeah, so
I'm just sitting here, and all of a sudden I hear this strange noise over the speaker. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh, somebody's got a bug.
Somebody that is near the mic. A bug. Hello.
Because it's like I hear a purring cat, and I'm looking around. I'm like, my cat's not here.
Mine's not here. You want up here? He's just kind of circling me right now. I think he wants dinner. Do you want dinner? All right. Do you mind if I do a quick BRB so that I
No, you're fine. You are absolutely fine. You can take your BRB.
I will be right back. Do you want dinner? Let's get dinner.
I will continue to entertain these lovely folks as we are going along. Now, as it is, let's not forget we are currently talking to the one and only Salty Snacks. Again, if you are enjoying this wonderful streamer, her links are up there on the page. You can click on the title of the screen and go in. Yes, that was a kitty. Absolutely a kitty. You're welcome to go follow her, drop a follow, go check out all of their stuff. They are a fantastic streamer. We do this Talk Tuesday here every Tuesday. Like, we are here so far every Tuesday. We have a different talented person. If you're curious as to what that schedule looks like, scroll down in the About section. We'll give you the dates of all the upcoming Talk Tuesdays, as well as all of the previous people who have been here. Oh yes, cats can be really insistent. And of course, on my YouTube channel, I have been uploading all of the previous VODs. So any VODs that you can't find here on Twitch, you can go to YouTube and you'll find them there. So you can watch all of the previous past Tuesday, Talk Tuesday people that we've had. So in case you saw somebody like, ooh, I bet you that was a fun one, I missed that one, you can still go catch it. They're not gone. They're not lost to the ether. I promise. We have done everything we can to keep them attached. And if you yourself are a streamer and you would like to get in on a Talk Tuesday, by all means, reach out, let me know. I would love to be able to get you in here on Talk Tuesday. Sit down, we'll have a conversation. It'll be fun. There's sort of things that we just enjoy doing around here. It's a good time. It's a really good time. So there you go. Speaking of, yes, Rutherford, you are coming up next month. I think yours is right before. I think yours is right before Mr. Waggleton's. Yes, on the 12th. Just looking at the Sexiest Man is looking to be the second Talk Tuesday of next month. So there you go. Mark your calendars if that is something that you are excited about. We will also have a Mr. Waggleton as well. And next week's Talks Tuesday is going to be G. Frankie. So there you go. But yes, we would love to have anybody pop in here for Talk Tuesday. It's fun. It's exciting. It's a lovely, lovely evening. First, you have to be willing to answer questions. I mean, there is that. That kind of comes with the territory of a Talk Tuesday, but
Talking here, never.
Never. Who would want to talk on a Talk Tuesday?
Exactly. Y'all are making good progress with that puzzle, man.
So the last couple of Talk Tuesdays, I've had these puzzles set to like 750-ish, and they never seem to get done. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just tune this down to like 500, and we'll see if we can't get at least one puzzle done. Because I'm in the backlog of puzzles. I could pull back any of the other previous puzzles that we have started and not done, and they're like in several.
Hello, Squirrel. Yeah, we were talking about you earlier. I heard you are a fan of Naomi Novik. She's one of my favorite authors.
Oh, I didn't go in there at all. All right. Wow. Best memory with Safi.
With Safi. That's a good question. Hmm, I don't know. I think a lot of our time in college was just really fun. Uh, there was one day we went hiking, me, her, and Charlie. It's also I think that was the first time I went to her apartment as well, and she made these like thumbprint cookies, and I ate one, and I was like, "Dude, this is really good. What like herb did you put in this? Did you put like rosemary in this?" And she just like stared at me for a minute, and she's like, "No, they're just like raspberry thumbprint cookies. What do you mean?" She had an essential oils diffuser running directly beside her stove. So while she was making the cookie dough, her essential oils diffuser was like, diffusing all of the oils into the cookie dough. So, but I don't know. That was just a really fun day.
Hey, oil infused cookies. That's fantastic.
They were really good. Like, sometimes people like put rosemary or whatever because they were like shortbread cookies mostly.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could have just said that you did it on purpose, and I would have believed you. I never would have known any better. So, yeah. But we also, I think she mentioned this, like we had a tradition back in the day of like after our Bible study was over, we would just like sit in her car and talk until like unreasonable hours of the night.
Yep. That was the thing that came up during her Talk Tuesday.
Yeah. It was just lovely, all of that time that we had together. And we still have time together. She's not dead, but
not yet. Yeah, not dead.
Not yet.
If I'm remembering my ages correctly, I think you go before her.
I do. Yeah, I'm a couple months older than her. I don't know if her birthday's public. Actually, I'm 90% sure. She will be in 6 years. Yeah. Clock's a ticking, Safi. You've only got so much left.
Rules according to the salty snack. But I guess that makes sense. As she is the queen of the fridge, she would know everybody's expiration date.
It's 30 for everyone. It is everyone.
Rutherford, you actually missed that question. That question actually has already been asked. Well, I guess not that exact one.
Not that one specifically.
Not that exact one. Go ahead.
My answer is going to be slightly different on this one then. So the first question, bless you. Sorry, the cat is having a sneezing fit.
Yeah, the first one was Leon, Geralt, and Wesker. This one is Leon, Wesker, and Chris. So the one was mixed in somebody from outside of the Resident Evil franchise. And this one is just Resident Evil franchise.
Yeah. So this one I do have a different answer for this one. You want Resident Evil only. That's fine. So I believe it's going to be kill Wesker before he gets the chance to kill me. Kiss Chris. Huh? No, that one didn't change. I'm gonna kiss Chris. Because I think at least once in my life it would be nice to be held by those big boulder punching arms. And then marry Leon. Because out of the two of them, I think he is more durable. Huh? What does that mean? I don't know. I'm trying to... Durable is still the word that my brain is providing.
More durable.
More durable.
We'll take the
more stable. I think stable's the word I was looking for. There we go. There's your answer.
Stable. I don't. Stable. Well, we're gonna let that one go at this point.
It's better than durable. Rutherford, no. We need something dirty. I mean, I'm just saying. If he's feeble and he's just gonna at like the first sign of danger. That's just not sustainable. I'm planning for the future here, Squirrel. All right?
She's planning for something, all right.
I don't know what I'm planning for. Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, best memory of Sandy.
Best memory with Sandy. Honestly, despite the fact that we were both sick, I feel like she and I had a lot of good time together at at DreamHack. So way back before I met her in person last May, I told her over Discord, hey, I really just want to like sit down and buy you a drink. I feel like you and I would bond really easily, just like, you know, get a drink and sit down somewhere. And we still haven't done it. We made it even to like the point of being sitting in a bar in Atlanta at DreamHack, but both of us were so sick to our stomachs that the thought of drinking anything was just like, this isn't gonna happen. Sandy, I will shoot both of us dead if I don't buy you a drink on your birthday. Hold me to that.
It's fantastic.
Like we can stay in. I can buy you like, I don't know, a White Claw. I don't know. Whatever portable drink you want. You will die anyway on that day. There we go. I'll take you out, and we get 2 in 1. I get to buy you a drink, and then you die the way that God intended. So I think we're all right.
Okay, so Ms. Visions would like to know, which Sandy gift do you like the most, and can you put it up on screen so we can all see it?
Gift, like okay. So these 3 gentlemen are all from Sandy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, well enough. So I've got big old Leon Kennedy. She'll take you out and then take you out. Exactly. And then, oh, where's his sword? Oh, Bug, did you steal his sword? Okay, well, that's fun. At some point, Bug has stolen Geralt's sword. I will find that eventually. Or not, and it's gone forever. And then we have Bathtub Geralt. I do think, Sandy, I know I, like, really led you into getting this one, because we've been talking about this for, like, genuinely months. About how I think she introduced me to the fact that there is a Bathtub Geralt figurine, and I love him. He's so lovely, and it's very frightening if you look at him from a certain angle where the rubber ducky does not look like a rubber ducky. It's very shocking, and I think this one is probably my favorite. But I cherish all of them equally. They are all great additions to my streaming background. Now that I've noticed that the sword is gone, I can't stop thinking about it. After this, I'm gonna have to go searching for a sword, because Bug, when he wants attention, will just start. I found it. Okay, crisis averted. He'll just start eating stuff at random. And frequently, when I'm sitting here, I'm not paying attention to him because reasons. So he'll eat the things behind me to get my attention. There we go. Look, he's got a sword. It's fine. He's once more armed. But yeah, I think Bathtub Geralt is my favorite. If I had to pick.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, if we can just find some orc smut figurines.
There's gotta be somewhere. I guarantee. Here, wait. Not me Googling this in the middle. She's looking already. I mean, so like most of what you're gonna find is gonna be like D&D miniatures, right? Which it depends on an Easter present. Let's celebrate the resurrection of the Savior with like a mostly naked orc figurine.
Well, okay, to be fair though, most orc figurines you're going to find are already mostly naked anyways. They generally just like wear some loincloth, or you get the ones that are in some kind of partial armor that covers just enough of the bits.
Yeah, the important bits. Yeah. Yes and no, Aldrea. Sandy was aware that I read monster smut, and so she was like, she asked which is my favorite. You will find a peen orc, Sandy. I cannot, in good conscience, have that on display in my house. My parents visit sometimes. Occasionally, I'll have people from church over. I can't have orc peen in my house. Okay. Oh God.
See, now I just want to go out and find some myself and send it to you, because this needs to be in addition to your house. That you have to remember, did I put up all of the unmentionables before this person come over to visit?
Like, God, my parents still to this day, every time my grandmother comes to visit, they hide all of the alcohol in the house, despite the fact that my father is almost 50. Like, and he still hides all of the alcohol in the house when his mom comes over. Like, give him clothes. There you go. Yeah, I'll tie a little bathrobe
toga around it, right?
A toga, yeah. God. I mean, granted, usually when we have guests, they're not like in the office. So I could probably, in theory, I didn't have this sitting out last time I had company, so I had my birthday party a couple of weeks ago. I didn't have Naked Girl sitting out, but I did have the box that he came in sitting on the floor beside my trash can. Oh no, I've got a stink bug. Oh no. How did this happen? Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. This is the second time I've been waylaid by a bug on stream. Okay, I'm just gonna let him be and hope he doesn't get into mischief.
But, ooh, that can't be good.
No, Rutherford.
Nothing dropping there, nothing dropping there. It's just...
You dropping frames?
No, Firebot decided it was going to dip out on me.
This is my surprised face.
Only wearing a sock.
The peen would be covered.
I mean... would be a thing.
I make like, listen, this is what happens. I make like 2 comments on stream, and this is where we're led to.
Okay, but you know as well as I do that the internet just, it's the internet. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Whatever you say goes out of control anyways.
It's true. It's true. I did have, don't even remember if this was on stream or like in real life. So I've got an artwork up here, if I can show it. That top one, it's like a cat genie kind of thing. It's a Charlie artwork that they did for me. But someone saw that and was like, "Why do you have furry porn on your wall?" And I said, "Excuse me." What about that makes you? I mean, actually, if you look at it too closely, it might be a little suggestive, but it's not. It's just a cool little dude with some fun backstory between me and Charlie. So, but God.
Let's see. Well, this should be a short, quick one. Miss Sandy Visions would like to know when you're going to come visit her in Germany.
Oh, wait. Here's the combination of things that needs to happen. I need to be able to have vacation time, which I don't with this current job. And then also I need money to be able to go to Germany. So when/if I get another job, I will come visit Sandy in Germany. There you go. You just need money for a flight. Well, yes, but a flight that's still gonna be like minimum like $900. About 600. That's better, but that's still not.
And then you have to get your visa and everything too first. So
yeah,
passport.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Wait, do I need a visa if I'm just visiting for like a week?
I think you need a passport. Okay. I'm saying visa. I think you just need a passport.
You need ESTA, which is about $20. Okay. And a passport. Okay.
The passport is what's expensive because that's
truly
for us. That's like 150.
I need to re-up mine. Yeah, mine expired like 3 years ago, I think. And I haven't re-upped it. You need a visa starting in May of this year. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, it lasts 3 years. Okay, wait. It's not bad, actually. But yeah, even if I had the money, I don't have the time off, Sandy, is the unfortunate. That's where I'm at with all traveling, honestly. I was talking with Bear about that this week, actually, because he was like, everyone's in Denver. We miss you. And I was like, yeah, well... I miss you guys too. I do want to see you, Sandy. I want to see you very badly, but stars have not yet aligned for that to happen. I will. I am coming to Florida for your birthday. I'm doing it. I'm requesting the time off tomorrow morning, actually. Why Denver? Oh, it's not. I don't think it's a DreamHack thing, but all of our folks from DreamHack are there. If anyone in chat is familiar with where they are, that's where Safi is right now. So like Saf and Hot Iron Pot and Will and I believe Bear is en route as well. It's a Bitcoin thingy. Okay, interesting. But yeah, all of our folks are taking part in that. So yeah, they're having a reunion without me and without Sandy. So you know, that is what it is.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll cry about it later.
Are you ready to celebrate Miss Sandy Vision's death in August?
I am. I am writing her eulogy. Whose brain must I pick? Actually, I think Saf and Hot Iron Pot are just in it for the work reasons. They don't really know much about Bitcoin. Will might know things about Bitcoin. Yeah. There was a question, but I forgot it.
Really? Miss Sandy Visions wants to know if you're ready to celebrate her death in August.
Ready to celebrate her death in August. Yeah. I am writing her eulogy. That's where it is. Sorry, this is why I said if they were just in chat, I would immediately forget about it. I have the memory of the very tiny goldfish.
That's all right. If they weren't written down on the screen next to me, I wouldn't remember them
either. Yeah. But Sandy, I will bring my funeral black and everything. You know, whatever you want. Whatever you want for your funeral, let me know. That's why I'm buying you a drink is to celebrate a life well lived and well ended, I guess, as well.
Well, something.
Goodbye, Sandy. Enjoy your Korean lesson.
Thank you for visiting, Miss Visions. Take care.
I missed you already.
She means it. We know she does.
Yeah.
Let's see. Miss Visions does also ask if you are scared that you're going to be 30 in 5 years.
Yes and no. Okay, like jokes aside, most people don't die when they turn 30. I'm not going to say no one dies when they turn 30 because that's inherently false. But so I used to say so remember I grew up in this very traditional like Christian setting where, you know, everyone marries their high school sweetheart and has kids by 20. Which for some people that works, that is not a life plan that I really enjoyed or wanted to pursue for myself. But when I was a youngin', I was like, I want to have kids by 30. It's going to be great. That'll give me time to like, you know, be a mom and like be young and be able to grow up with my kids. And now I've completely reversed it and I'm like, if I have kids by 30, I think I will die. But now I'm just like, I've grown up enough and I've spoken to people enough to know that like your 20s are mainly just about like figuring out who you are and who you want to be. And not that like there's going to be a point where I'm like, okay, this is who I was supposed to be, right? Like you know, there's not a specific point, you know, you are always becoming who you are, right? You know,
yeah, I was going to say
a verb as opposed to a noun.
Even as an adult, we're still figuring out who we want to be to some degree. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like at a certain point, you kind of cement into a pretty good fixture of who you are. Yeah. But there are still things that you're like, I didn't even know that about myself until you experience it. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I used to have this mindset where I'm like, okay, if I don't have everything figured out by the time I'm 30, like what do I do? But now I'm like, okay, if I have everything figured out by 30, like what is there left to do, right? Like I think one of the most not important, but like interesting things about life is like just learning more about yourself, because obviously you're always going to be learning more about other people, but as you are learning more about other people and learning about the world around you, you're also learning who you are and what that means and what you can add to the world and what your place in the world is. And I just think that's fascinating. That might be a little bit deeper of an answer than
no, that's fine. It's a good answer. I mean, we've had the deep philosophical responses on a Talk Tuesday. There's nothing strange about it.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, but if you know, if I die at 30, I hope I will have lived a life that has brought joy and has brought some sort of worth and meaning into the world, even if that is just to like, if the only impact I leave on this world is that I said one kind thing to somebody or made one person laugh, I'm going to call that a life well lived. So
yeah,
there we are.
Well, I mean, we've had the questions like around here of how would you measure success and would you consider yourself successful? I mean, right. Yeah. So we do get deeply. Yeah. I think making somebody's day, making an impact on a life, I think is really important. It's really one of those fun things. I would like to say, had I not been here on this planet, there's 4 little kids who are probably adults now that may not have made it, would have even been around. And not that I had any help facilitating their gestational period, but I did. So I spent 10 years as a paramedic on the back of an ambulance. And in that time, I have actually delivered 4 different kids. Now, does that mean they wouldn't have gotten delivered had I not been there? No. Did I make an impact on their lives? Probably not. But it is a memory that I take with me every day. Like, yeah, you know, I helped usher in 4 little lives into this world. Was it a fun thing to do? No, absolutely not. I can think of much better things to do on my Saturday evening.
So stressful.
But it is a thing that I have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that on its own, I would not use that and go, yes, I have been successful, and label that as my theory of being successful.
Yeah, I think that's my question that I have been asking people, specifically the regime in the Talk Tuesdays, is like, how do you define success? And mine is very much, in that vein where it's like, I don't feel like I need to give something to society or, have kids or whatever in order to have lived a successful life. Like, I view life as more of, it's gonna happen whether you're there or not. And it's not a you have to take part, it's a you get to take part kind of thing. Right? Like, the world's not gonna stop turning just because Salty Snacks doesn't show up. But, if I show up and if I take part in that, I don't know. I just think it's really cool because humanity is what is it? What the quote? It's like humanity's not a solo, it's a symphony or something like that, where, the whole point is that we're all in this together, not to quote High School Musical, but to quote High School Musical.
Okay, I think that would be a first. I think that's the first time High School Musical's been quoted here on
Really? Oh, thank God. I'm original. Humanity is a symphony, not a solo. Yeah, and that takes a lot of the stress off me. I think in my thinking is like, I don't need to have a job that changes the world, because realistically that's not going to happen, right? Like great social change or whatever, like movements in humanity, it's never just one person, right? It is a collective of people. That's something that I really enjoy about the internet, is like it gives us a forum to be able to like collect our thoughts and decide where we as society are going next.
It also gives a forum to all of the really stupid people out on the internet too. Yes. And unfortunately, stupid ideas really outnumber the good ones.
Oh. I don't disagree with that. I hope to have a little bit more of an optimistic worldview on that one, but yeah, I don't know. I just enjoy taking part in life, and that sounds cheesy, I think.
No,
but like,
no, absolutely not.
And there have been points in my life where I didn't want to take part, and I don't know, just being able to look back on those parts of my life where I was totally disconnected from it, totally disconnected from the people around me and from my community and from just the greater world. And then being able to look back and see how far I've come. I just think it's really cool. I just life is cool and it's complex, and I am more of as much as I would like to plan everything out, I really enjoy going with the flow and just kind of seeing what happens, So, yeah.
I don't. Again, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Good.
Rock on, ride that wave. Let's throw hands. Let's go right now.
Guys, you thought this was Talk Tuesday. It's actually Fight Tuesday. So if you stick around,
it's the Tuesday where Salty Snacks takes out the digital engineer, and it's fine. It's fine. She kills me all the time on Among Us. It'll be all right. I make it a point, like in the lobbies before we even start, I'm like, hey, if I died first round, it's Salty or Safi. Just vote. Just doesn't matter. Vote one of them out. If I live past the first round.
That does raise a question for me, though. Okay. In unarmed hand-to-hand combat, who wins, me or you? I know what my answer is.
Probably you, because that really, well, so it depends, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately, I am still very much the traditional, like I was raised that you don't hit women to a point.
Okay. All right.
you can get it.
Okay.
It was the way we were brought up. Like
I would like to.
I'm a different generation, so you can be upset about that all you want.
No,
but
sorry, the way that I said that made it sound like I was not. Listen, I'm totally in favor of that. I really respect that. I wish more people had that worldview. But
that was the way I was brought up. Now that being said, one of the things that I was also always taught was, you don't hit a woman until they ball up their hands and they come at you like a guy. And when they do that, all bets are off. And so I still maintain to that one as well. So it really just depends on how you came after me. But chances are I've got longer legs because I've met you in real life. And so I will just outrun you. You want to do what? See ya.
Yeah, that was I said if it came down to fisticuffs, I think you would win simply because I feel like you were more spry than me. I'm not a fast moving individual by any means of the word, and I've got like chronic health issues, so like a stiff wind can push me over. So I think if for some reason Nori and I ever needed to fight.
There's a height difference. I can see the top of her head cleanly. Like, it's very easy.
Okay. For one. I would like to reiterate, I'm a woman of average height. Okay? My stature does not define me. All right?
Totally.
But yeah, no, I think you're winning in a fight. Hello.
She's a gorgeous lady on camera. She's a gorgeous lady in person. She's a short lady. She calls it average height. I'm average height for a guy. There's definitely a difference.
Well,
all height jokes aside. All height jokes aside, I am curious. We're going to get back to some of these other questions. I am curious, where does Charlie come from in the world of salty snacks? Like, where did you run into that lovely personality? Because having met Charlie at DreamHack, walks up and presents me with the card and welcomes me to the Church of Salty.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a moment to speak about our Lord and Savior salty snacks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I met Charlie a little bit before Saf came into the picture. We actually met at summer camp right after both of us graduated high school. And we got along, but for some reason, like, when Saf came into the picture was when we became like really close friends, the three of us. So we got really close in college, and Charlie and I actually lived in the same like dorm building. And so we would like carpool places, and we weren't in any of the same classes, but we were both in like the honors program kind of. So we had to like go to assemblies and stuff together. So we just found ourselves in the same area, and we became very close, especially after Safi had to move away.
I hear Kitty again. Hello, Bug.
Yeah, he's here. Here. We got a buggy. Yeah, and then when I got this job offer, Charlie was an artist. Don't eat Geralt's sword. We've been over this. I just found it. Oh my god, son. But we so they're an artist by trade, or were originally, and so they're like, hey, I'm just gonna like buy a house in the city where your job is, and we're gonna fix up that house, and I'll give you a place to stay if you pay utilities. And I was like, all right, rad. So Charlie is technically my landlord. We don't like to think of it that way because we don't want to go into her head, but yeah, so we are besties, we're roomies. We're in it for the long haul. My niece and nephew call her Aunt Charlie. So it's a fun one. We're very close.
Nothing wrong with that. It is good to have friends, especially ones that are close by that you can deal with.
Yeah.
And ones that you can live with. Like one of my oldest best friends, who has long since passed away. I lived with him, and through his divorce and everything else, and we had good times. Good times.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something that's like very vulnerable about sharing a living space with somebody. Like, Charlie and I were close, but we weren't like, not that we weren't super close, but living together adds a different layer to things, right? Like,
well, when you live with somebody, you share all those things that you normally keep bottled up that nobody else gets to see. Like, if you decide
for better or for worse,
you like to strut around the house naked at 3 a.m., whoever you're living with has got to know that, because otherwise that's going to be an eyeful coming out in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any of that in this household. At least not that I'm cognizant of.
There's nothing of that in this household either. But I can't say that for every household I've lived in.
Hey, we are pro strutting around the house in the nude if you need to.
I had a buddy that we lived together in a 2-bedroom trailer, and he was a healthier gentleman, 280, 300-pound healthier gentleman, and that was his thing, was to strut around at 3 a.m. in the buff.
All right. Okay.
No warning, just letting it all hang out.
Were you also around? As someone who currently has no bedroom door. Oh. God. Am I not comfortable enough for you, son? Lord.
Whatever floats the boat, I say.
The boat's got holes
fine.
in it.
It's more than one. It's fine. It's fine. Right. No,
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I honestly I think it's interesting, because I think there's less of a concern, and maybe it's just worldviews and the way I've looked at things, or been taught to look at things, but I always find that women seem to be more comfortable with other women around them naked, where guys are not really that comfortable, like, at all around each other naked. Like, that's a big no-no. Growing up, that was the way it was instilled in us. So I always struggled with that.
Yeah,
Is it even home? Exactly, right?
Yeah, I mean, Charlie and I we don't appreciate that level of.
I'm, again, we're just not saying that is something that you do.
No, I mean, I don't care either way, but I do have friends who are like a lot more open with that kind of thing. That's not who I am personally, at least not in this era of my life, I guess. But I respect people who do, because I think it takes a lot of knowing yourself and being comfortable in your body, and that's a hard thing to do.
Being comfortable in your own skin, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. We do. Are you still picking up Bug purring? Can you hear him still?
Yes, we can still hear him. And it very well may be, calm. That may be just a cultural thing. And like I said, my upbringing, that was never okay.
Yeah. Same.
And so I always find it awkward when somebody starts ripping their pants off, and I'm like, oh, okay, where am I supposed to put my eyeballs now?
Yeah.
Start looking.
I'm trying very hard not to make eye contact with your nipples right now. Fully noted for the U.S. trip.
It's fine. Yeah, Com's making a trip here to the U.S. and we are looking forward to. I think he's planning a visit down here. Like Com, I'm making plans. Well, we're making plans to come out there to the EU. So you may see more of us than you initially thought. Make a trip down there to France. You can show us all the sights. Though, if I hear talk from Safi, she knows a lady who has a room perfectly available there in France. So you can just kind of go. So, London, France, underpants.
Great,
wait.
actually.
I whoop. I whoop. Well, better underpants than orc smut at this point. We've managed to get away from it only to come back around to it again.
You brought it up.
It's just not the first thing that comes to mind for me for Talk Tuesday.
Can't imagine why.
It's not one of those things that just kind of comes up every now and again. Interesting enough.
Maybe not for Talk Tuesday. Maybe not for you.
Well, in this case, it has been for you.
Exactly.
Phrasing, Nori. I have I have a 12 out of 10 in phrasing skill.
Hey.
I think it's something like that.
Congrats.
Let's see. Where were we at? Oh, right. We did the 30. Miss Haley Paley would like to know what conventions will you be going to this year?
Oh, so convention-wise, I'm only going to DreamHack Atlanta again in October. But I've got a couple of concerts that I'm looking at. See more of us than expected in this conversation. Yes. Yeah, it's, it was questionable phrasing.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Yeah, so convention-wise, just doing DreamHack, but then in April, I'll be heading down to Charleston, South Carolina for High Water Music Festival. And then a couple of days after that, I'm seeing a Hawthorne Heights show in Ohio. And then Hawthorne Heights does a emo music festival kind of thing, and they have a stop in West Virginia this year, so probably going to that as well. So convention wise, just DreamHack, but I got a couple of other things that we're looking at. Oh, and my favorite band, The Midnight, is going on tour again, so I'm attempting to figure out a way to be able to see them this fall. But the issue is the tour stop I really want to see is like 2 days before DreamHack Atlanta. So, yeah, we're still trying to figure that one out. But yeah,
you'll get there. I have no doubt.
Yeah, no TwitchCon for me this year, unfortunately.
No, we'll break honesty here for a little bit. I have looked at TwitchCon a couple of times, and I have talked to a few people who've gone to TwitchCon, and unless it's somewhere that happened to land nearby, and I knew some people that were going, I honestly don't think I would actually go to TwitchCon. I don't see as it being like super beneficial for me at this point in time.
I think it's too big for me. Like, I feel like DreamHack is about as big of a convention as I would feel comfortable going to. Just because I have like this heart condition thing that is really affected by my anxiety, and my anxiety is triggered by a lot of people. So the more people, the worse the heart be. So, I don't know that TwitchCon would be a thing for me. Maybe if they have like, a smaller one on the East Coast somewhere, potentially. But I don't know. I think sometimes a lot of those smaller conventions, I honestly just haven't really looked into other ones is part of the issue, but I think those are more my speed just because I do really well with smaller groups of people. And So, if we can, if there are like other conventions on the East Coast that are doable for me, I'd be into that. But
right.
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Are you sure?
No, nothing crazy convention wise. Let's just say that.
But crazy is so much fun sometimes.
Oh
God. Miss Haley Paley would like to know: do you buy all the milk and bread from the store when it snows?
Okay. So here's the thing. I've grown up in like an area of the country that gets, more snow than most parts of the country. So I'm very accustomed to winter weather. And in theory, I'm really good at prepping for storms. And here's the thing. When you live in a rural area that is underfunded and doesn't have great infrastructure, when there's a big storm, your power is going out. It doesn't matter. Like, okay, now that I'm living where I am now, I'm in a city-ish kind of. So it's not as bad. But when I was growing up, it was like if there was a snowstorm coming in, we were prepping to not have power for like 2 or 3 days. So why would you buy milk that spoils if it is not actively kept refrigerated? Bread?
Well,
Yes.
I would just throw the milk out in the snow. I mean,
that's true. Some people do that, but then it freezes and then you can't drink it because it's frozen.
You just let it defrost.
It's too much effort. It's too much effort. Yeah, but bread, I do buy all the bread. All the bread for peanut butter sandwiches usually. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, peanut butter sandwiches when you've got no power or whatnot is a great staple food.
Yeah.
As protein, sugars, like peanut butter sandwiches. We do peanut butter and honey around here.
Oh yeah, we do peanut butter and apple butter around here. I've got a couple friends who make homemade apple butter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Homemade apple, it is good stuff. Homemade apple butter is not a joke.
Mm-mm.
I have had the fortunate pleasure to have some homemade apple butter. That is good stuff.
Room temperature milk? Ew. Also, I would like to posit that I'm also lactose intolerant, so that does also affect my desire and ability to buy milk. But what is UHT milk?
Here in the U.S., all of the milk is pasteurized.
Oh,
so
got it. Okay.
No, we don't. You don't store that at room temperature. It actually will go bad.
Yeah, same for our eggs. Like in most places in the world, you can just like leave your eggs sitting out on a counter. But if you buy eggs in the US, they have to be refrigerated.
Yeah, because they do stupid things with the eggs around here.
Yeah. Freaking FDA trying to keep us from getting salmonella.
Well, okay, so if you have your own chickens, right? The chickens, when they lay eggs, there's a protective coating over the eggs that lets you keep those, and they stay shelf stable. They're fine.
Yeah.
They don't go bad right away, but because they're like, oh, we have to have them decontaminated and everything else. They clean off the eggs, which unfortunately removes that protective layer, and then you have to coat it.
Don't drink my water. I don't know. What did salmonella do to the FDA? Get that out of my face.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't work for the FDA, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't plan on working for the FDA, so
don't asking the big questions.
Let's see. Miss Gem would like to know: is there a game you've not played that you really want to play?
honestly, excuse me, I think most of the big ones are already like series in progress. So obviously I want to finish the Resident Evil series. I'm sorry, am I in your way? I really want to play The Last of Us Part 2. Oh, what was the other one?
I don't know.
Oh, The Witcher 3. I would like to play that as well, Wild Hunt. Because I'm still working my way through offline. I'm working my way through the second Witcher game right now. Trying to think of other games. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I have plans to play all of the games that I want to play, which is really good. Yeah. Yeah, no, we do not have shelf-stable milk. Or eggs.
Yep. Do not.
Yeah. If I want to put on my conspiracy theorist tinfoil hat, I would say it's because of the big refrigerator business wanting to drive up sales. So they're like, oh, well, if we give them milk and eggs that they need for, like, you know, daily living and whatnot, and make them unable to use it unless it's cold, then we can make more money. There you go. I'd be a great capitalist.
I honestly, I think that's more. It's more of a. It's just the way the American culture has gone, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of it of anything per se. We've done a whole lot of capitalism. We've done a whole lot of people trying to do things, and there's a whole lot of miseducationing that goes along.
Oh yeah.
And so, unfortunately, the majority of instructions don't work. They don't get sent along, and so we have idiots. And then those idiots get in charge, and then they do stupid things.
Yep. Allie, my dad is a big conspiracy theorist. Only sometimes for fun. A lot of times he's like dead serious about it. So I feel like it's just in my blood. You know, I can conspiracize with all of the best of them.
I would say talk with Zoda. He still thinks the Earth is flat, or not Zoda. Excuse me, Kino.
Man, throwing Zoda under the bus like that.
Zoda is still trying to teach me better magics. So I forget my lessons very quickly. Luckily enough, I have not turned myself into a frog as of late yet. But
hey, congrats! Yeah, I hear that's what happens to most of his apprentices.
Can't exactly right. Bus is flat. Nah, they're not going underneath it. They won't fit.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we did that one already. Yeah, that Rutherford, that one has already done. We're back to the Kiss, Marry, Kill again. But he would like to know Nori, Eagle, and Zoda.
All right. Oh no. Okay. Nori, Eagle, and Zoda. Okay, so no offense, but
none taken. Go for it.
No. This isn't against you. I don't really know Zoda. I think we've maybe spoken like a couple of times. So had to leave myself out. Yeah. Obviously, Rutherford, you're all three. If you're in the mix, it's checking all the boxes. Don't look too deep into that. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna have to take Zoda off the table. I'm so sorry, Zoda. You're a lovely person. However, I don't know you like that.
Rip Zoda.
Rip Zoda. Rip Zoda for real. All right. Now, okay. Here's the question. Which of you could tolerate me more long term is the real question here. Wait. don't know. Now, okay. I love how every time I do one of these, I'm like trying to find loopholes and ways out of them. Okay, we have to get married. We don't have to. We can get a divorce, right?
It doesn't say anything about it. It just says kiss, marry, kill.
Okay. All right. So okay, I'm gonna say it and then I'm gonna give you the reasoning. I'm gonna marry Eagle and kiss Nori because is this mean? Because Eagle has more time to live out a life, you know? I know this is the opposite reasoning of when Geralt was on the table. But Eagle finally wins one.
There's an age range, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what the age range is for me even.
I don't know. It's your questions, your answers. Don't ask me.
It's true. But I feel like I get along with both of you very well. And in this hypothetical universe, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. That's the answer.
There you go.
Here we are.
Well, his originally was like, Sandy, Safi, and Hales. I'm like, we already did that one.
We did do that one. Yeah. Oh, if you didn't hear the results of that one, it was I'm marrying Safi, kissing Sandy, and killing Hales. Only out of necessity. Here's the thing, if I had the loophole, I would have done the kiss and the marry right off the bat. And then let Hales live out a long, happy life, and then when she's done, then she calls 30. Me in. And until age 30. Give her like the 2 years that she has left or whatever. Yeah. And then, once she hits that check mark, then I can snuff her out. So, but Sandy said that's not how this works. So
there you go. Yes. And Elisa Pizza, thank you for the follow. If you are enjoying listening to this fancy lady on the screen here, click her name there in the title, hit the follow button, and go check out some of her lovely content.
We actually
will not regret it.
We rated into Elisa Sunday, yesterday. I was live yesterday? No. Sunday was 2 days ago. Anyway. Yes.
Yes, we do Talk Tuesdays around here. Seems to be almost a religion now. Every Tuesday we get to see another fantastic streamer. And as I tell everybody who comes in, if you're new around here, you're able to ask the questions of our current guest. Mm-hmm. There's a little channel point redeem. It's 1 point. Anybody can ask a question. We'll get you an answer to it. And if you yourself is a streamer and you would like to be a part of Talk Tuesday, scroll on down. The information's in the About section just below the screen right now as you're watching. We'd love to have you come on board.
Oh, Siri has just notified me that Nori is live on Twitch. Did you know?
Wow. No.
Gosh, wow.
I was not aware of that fact.
It was a very timely suggestion. Thank you, Siri. If it's a religion, I'm in. If it's a cult, I'm in. There we go. That's the energy we like to see around here.
Well, that's definitely the energy that your partner in crime, Safi, likes to see.
It's true. That's true. Most likely to join a cult. /
yes.
Start a cult. We did actually. I don't remember her hearing this. Back when we were in college, we did throw around the idea of having a cult simply out of like practical reasons, because we were all a group of young.
Practical reasons?
Yes.
Okay, when is a cult ever a practical reason?
No. Walk with me, okay?
I don't know. You're talking about joining a cult now.
Okay.
How do I know it's not the initiation?
No. We're starting a cult, okay? So we were a group of young unmarried women who shared a belief set at this point in our lives and also had like creative like talent. We were all very creative people. So we had, I think at one point, like a group of like 15 girls who were all like, all right, single by 30 plan is we buy a plot of land in the desert and we just build a commune. Nothing culty, you know, everything above, like, you know, by the book. But like, you know, we'll do some sustainable farming and have our like old lady knitting circle and just like just do our thing, you know, let the world not bother us, and you know, just
besides,
go about it.
When do we get the old lady knitting circle?
That's a great question. So Safi is the one who's like really really passionate about that, so that'll be something that you'll have to look. If oh, I don't think our Discord link is down there.
No,
but sorry, I didn't send it to you.
No, it's all right. If they want to see the Discord link, they need to go back to the Regime Talk Tuesday.
There it is. Or it should be in my about section in my bio. But yeah, so Safi will probably be the one who starts that. So I was gonna do a little bit of that on the 24-hour stream that I had, but seeing as I cut it short, we did not have time for that.
Now you cut it short because you A, got tired, B, gave up, C, fell asleep, D, reached your goal. Which was it?
A little bit of everything. So so mainly the two biggest issues were I had a full day of work before the stream started. So I wasn't starting fresh. I had like a whole day. And then also I was having a chronic illness day, so I was not doing my best physically. So once I started getting tired and my blood sugar started getting weird, my blood pressure got strange, and I was like, okay, I would rather cut the stream short, having more than doubled the goal that we originally set for our charity,
which was huge.
Yes, oh my god, I'm still like in awe that happened. That was genuinely insane. But I was like, I would rather cut this short than like actively pass out on stream and worry people. So yeah, I didn't want to push myself too hard. I would love to actually try it again, but like wake up and start the stream like on a new day. I think then I can make it through it, but it was just several different factors were doing me in, but yeah, and I did it with peace of mind, knowing that. So I went into it with the goal to raise $500 for the Children's Home Society of West Virginia, and we ended up raising $1,060, which was just like utterly insane. So I felt a little bad about not fulfilling the 24-hour part of it, but seeing as we went above and beyond the original goal, I had peace about calling it a day and taking care of myself. So
well, I mean, but you should always be a number one, taking care of yourself, because if you're not, you can't get back in here and continue to deliver the amazing content that you do.
Well, thanks. Yeah, and it was getting to a point where I knew if I kept going, I wasn't even going to be like fun to watch. So yeah, I spared you guys from that. So, but yeah, and hey, who's to say next time I don't rope someone else into it? You know, it might be the whole of the regime doing it, or maybe we can convince Nori to do a 24-hour stream with us as well. So,
yeah, no.
No.
I've done a 12-hour, and I was dying at the end of the 12-hour.
Yeah.
I have lots of respect for anybody that can do a 12-hour stream. Like seriously, you guys are killing it. Go for it. If I did a 12-hour stream, honestly, there would be like 4 hours into it. I'd be like, okay, we're gonna throw up a BRB. We'll see you guys in about 3 hours or something like that, and we'll come back and do this again. We'll see you after a little bit. I need time out. I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to this.
Stare at a wall for a little bit.
I'm a lightweight. Well, I have long play Saturdays where we do like 4 hours, and even at the end of that, I'm like, okay, I'm tired. Would I like to? Yes. Is it something I will ever be able to do? Probably not. I have to be a little realistic with my capabilities.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad you are aware of that instead of pushing yourself to do something that you can't.
Yep. No, I refuse. It's much better to be able to deliver, at least in my opinion, deliver quality content over quantity.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. That's I have no qualms about canceling stream if I'm not feeling it. Like.
Yep. No, you should absolutely be self-care.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's also, from a viewer perspective, I've been on people's streams where they're like, God, I'm so tired. Why am I doing this? And just like complaining the whole time. And that's fun to me, at least. Like, I don't enjoy watching other people not have a good time.
Well, yeah. Like if you're not laughing and having a good time, then sorry to say, I'm not sticking around long.
Yeah, because I mean that's the whole reason that I do this. Like, streaming is a hobby for me, and I do it because I enjoy it. Like, I think I said in the regime one that like the second this starts feeling more like a job, I know that I need to do something different because, I don't want to do this like for a living. This isn't something that I want to hang my hat on at the end of the day, right? Like, so I don't take it hugely seriously because when I do start taking it seriously, I start enjoying it less. And I just personally think I am a more fun person to be around when I'm having fun.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So. Rutherford that would like to know, what dish can you cook that you think nobody else can do better?
Oh, that's a good question. I make really good cornbread. I might have Charlie chime in on this one. Dish.
Hey, this is Talk Tuesday. We don't have phone a friend.
I'm not phoning a friend. I don't know what you're talking about. I could just yell downstairs, but that's sonically not great. Asking for a friend. I make a really, really good like chicken and wild rice soup that I think is really good. My peanut butter cookies are fire, if I do say so myself. Oh my gosh, is that the finished puzzle? Look at that! Wow. That's beautiful. You hid that piece? What do you mean you hid it?
Most, I'm going to tell you honestly, we've had Zoda in here a time or two, and Zoda likes to hide pieces. We've already figured that particular stratagem out.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, I don't. Is Charlie gonna respond to me? Because they're the one who has to eat everything that I make. So. Yeah, I don't really feel like I have a specific dish.
No, I want cookies.
Cookies. Really good cookies. I can't lie. Can't lie about that.
No, I think we're just gonna leave this puzzle up. I think we got it done, but we're gonna be. We got about another 15 minutes. We're gonna get a couple more of these questions in before we have to wrap up for the evening. So, if I put another puzzle up there, I guess I could open up one of the older ones, maybe.
Yeah, to try to complete it.
Let's see.
Let's finish an old one.
There we go. What was in that one? Yeah, it was. You have to deal with the stupid commercials.
Will it be the same link, or is it a different one?
No, this one's still 500. We just never finished it. Let's update the puzzle link real quick. But no, so thing that you do that nobody else can do?
Is it the are we still talking about the dish? The food wise? Yes.
Food wise.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I'm particularly gifted as a cook. I think I'm a better baker than I am a cook. So the cookies are a slam hit. I make a really good peach cobbler. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have any. Oh, actually, no. You know what it is? It's like except the bakery answer. Yeah. I will go baked goods, but I make really good. It was there, and then
wasn't there something that Sandy wanted you to make next time she was around? She was like, "Oh, you gotta have this
lasagna." I think. Well, no. Originally, before DreamHack, I was supposed to make a lasagna.
Who was it that did the gravy? It was
Oh, that's Charlie's recipe, but yes, the biscuits and gravy, those are really good. I do make really good biscuits, like made from scratch buttermilk biscuits. I attempted to make them this week, but our oven broke, so didn't work out the greatest. I did have an answer for you, Brotherford, but it left me. I don't really know. Yeah.
It is fine.
It is fine.
Did that one already. Favorite anime that you are ashamed of?
That I'm ashamed of?
Mm-hmm. Guilty pleasure anime that you watch. You don't want anybody else to know that you watched it.
I don't know. I don't really feel shame about the media that I consume, as evidenced by our earlier conversations. But if I'm being totally honest, like the pie chart of anime that I watch, like the tiniest sliver is going to be like the serious anime, like, you know, the really good stuff, the popular, you know, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, that genre of thing. And then the rest of it is going to be like fantasy romance anime. I'm currently rewatching Kami-sama Kiss because I think I mentioned it on stream. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch that. Just like, you don't have to think about it. It's just like easy, especially, I'm going to say something controversial. I really like anime dubs where it's English voice actors instead of having the Japanese voice acting with the English subtitles, which I do like that. I do like that to some extent, but if I am watching it just to like turn my brain off, sometimes I just like listening to it in English. So
that's why I learned Japanese, so I could turn my brain off, watch anime, and it was fine.
Yeah, I don't have that level of commitment. But yeah, a recent favorite of mine though is The Apothecary Diaries. It's on Crunchyroll. My subscription lapsed, so I haven't been able to watch it for a couple of weeks, but it's a new one. It was coming out and it was very good.
It's very not bad. Yeah. It's not bad. I'm more of an isekai guy. I like the isekai. I don't like the isekai harem tropes though. Like those ones always annoy me.
I'm sorry. Was you were cutting out the entire time, and
I'm sorry.
Really hope it was for also chat because it just sounded like a robot. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Oh, well, I can't hear you fine.
Oh. Hang on then. Yep. All right. I'm going to disconnect from the Discord chat and I will be right back.
Nori seems fine. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad.
All right.
Hello.
How about that? Hello.
A little bit better. Let me disconnect.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
One of us was having some latency on the phone call. That's all.
Okay. I think it was probably me. Anyway, what were you saying?
I said I like the animes I usually watch are isekai animes, but I'm not a big fan of the harem isekais. Like the guy goes, "Oh, poof, I've entered this new world. Now I've got 14 girlfriends." Like, really?
Yeah.
You a sadist?
Oh, God. Honestly, I think the only isekai I ever watched was Sword Art Online.
Not an isekai.
Wait, it's not?
No.
Wait.
Sword Art Online is not an isekai. An isekai is where the hero is transported from his world to another world, usually through death or through a hero summoning ritual of some sorts. Sword Art Online is a anime based around a video game, where the initial premise is they're all locked into a virtual reality world.
Yeah.
Easy to get confused, but no, not an isekai.
Interesting. Okay, so then I've never watched an isekai. Well, there we go. I learned something today.
Okay. Probably an easy one to follow, and it's actually got some kind of humor to it, though it is a harem trope one, and I'm just kind of like, whatever, I'm over it. But it's on Crunchyroll when you resub. They even have English, so you can just turn your brain off. In Another World with My Smartphone.
In Another World. Okay. I will add that to my list as well as what Holmes of Kyoto. Squirrel says.
That's a good one. Yep. Add it to my list. Just lurking while hell diving. Well, thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it.
Enjoy your hell diving.
Yep, through exactly what. So Brotherford's got Sword Art clubbed in there for you. Yeah, cybernetic Neuralink. They are transported to a new world.
Gotcha.
But
I didn't realize
it's basically VR. There is. There's a new one too that follows along with it. I've been watching. It's been really good. Drives me nuts they don't release faster for it, but it's all subbed. Yeah, you have to. It's all subtitled. God, I just.
That's fine.
Shangri-La Frontier, SLF. Another good one. Again, VR game, right? So not a whole lot of, there's like 0 harems on it. The guy looks for the trashiest, terrible game. He is what they call he's a rare bad game player is what the heroes is. And so SLF is this like top of the line, made really well game, and so he's normally a trash game player, and then he goes in to play the good game and like rocks the game out because he's used to playing with really bad like movement sets, graphics, all that sort of thing. Really, it's a good watch. Take care, Brotherford.
Good night, Brotherford. Thank you for hanging out with us.
But yes, lovely. Aldrea would like to know, have you read Iron Flame yet?
Losing you again. I'll be right back.
Oop.
Okay.
Miss Aldrea would like to know, have you read Iron Flame yet?
Oh, yes, of course I did. It took me a little bit to get around to it, because my mom and I were sharing a copy, so I had to wait for her to finish reading it. But I did finish it, the Boxing Day, like the day after Christmas, I think. I was mildly underwhelmed, but she did not throw it at me this time. No, luckily. She did calmly place it in my hand. Yeah, I won't say any spoilers, but I liked the twist at the end, but the rest of the book was really frustrating to read. It was a lot of repetition, but I am glad that I read it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. So
there you go.
Also, Charlie has chimed in and confirmed that I do make really good chicken and rice soup. So there's that.
Yeah, Rutherford said if you labeled yourself an expert PB cookie maker, he would like you to put up or shut up, and he will send you his address.
I've honestly contemplated the logistics of mailing cookies because I don't know if it's because I was raised by Appalachian women or what, but like my natural instinct when I meet people, especially people that like I've had a relationship with like over the internet or whatever, and I meet them in person, I want to bring them something, right? So, the first time I met Hot Iron Pot and Sandy, I brought them like 2 dozen peanut butter cookies and we devoured them in that weekend. I really, really wanted to bring a whole bunch to DreamHack to give to you and to Bear and to Will and to all the people. And I just never got around to it. And I was like thinking, like, what are the logistics of me being able to mail cookies to all of these people? And then I just kind of gave up. Really? It works out pretty well at USPS. Is shockingly fast. Noted. They're kind of crumbly. They're very soft cookies, so I don't know how well they would handle in transport. I know you can get like a padded mailer or whatever, but
you can. It just really depends on how you want to box them up and ship them and that sort of thing. But yeah, you can get cookies.
All right, I will do a test run with them, and then see if it's possible to mail out cookies en masse. Maybe that can be a follower goal. Is Salty mails you cookies if we reach like 300 or whatever. They do. Actually, like the mailmen in my area are kind of gentle. There's one who delivers to my office, who just doesn't care. Will literally like chuck packages at our front door. It's great.
Oh, I swear, I think the mail carriers and the Amazon deliveries, the UPS and the FedEx, all of them play football with our packages. Like I don't even, so there's a hill that leads down to my front door. I don't even think I've seen them walk down that hill. I think they just lob it from the street.
God. Sorry, I keep having issues. I'm not like rage exiting the Discord call, I promise.
So, no, you're fine. We've only got a couple more of these questions, and we're about out of time anyways. And we still have to cover the last bits of our normal things. So we'll rock these last couple here real quick. Moose Modder wants to know what's your favorite Minecraft mod is.
I haven't messed around with mods a whole lot. The best quality of life one that I've had is the I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically when you have a torch in your hand, it lights up the immediate area around you. So you don't have to like bring 12,000 torches with you.
That would be an Optifine.
Yes. Yeah, it is great. It's great. I love that one. Honestly, I haven't messed around with a whole lot of other ones, unfortunately. So that's about the most exciting answer I can give you on that one.
And Zoda would like to know what's your favorite ice cream flavor.
Ooh, okay. This one has actually changed fairly recently. So for like my entire life, it was chocolate chip cookie dough until I moved to where I am, and Charlie does not like chocolate chip cookie dough, I think, ? So when we needed to buy like a little sweet treat for us to keep in our house, we just like on a lark bought this salted caramel truffle ice cream. It's the Kroger Private Select brand specifically. It is so stupidly good, and we genuinely kept it in our freezer for like a solid 6 months when we first discovered it. We can't keep it in the house, otherwise we will always be eating it. But every now and then, every couple months, we'll get us a carton and snack on it for a little bit. So if you are near a Kroger, I highly recommend finding it. We also found a pretty good Aldi version of it a couple of weeks ago. Not as good as the Private Select, but it was comparable. So but yeah, that salted caramel truffle does stuff. It's really good.
There you go. Okay. And then so our I might have to try that ice cream, right?
It's so good.
So our final things as we go to wrap out the evening. I had a couple questions, and then usually by this time we would have already asked you, is there anything that you would like to say specifically? That usually happens about the midway point. We have been so totally inundated with questions and whatnot that it didn't quite happen. So I do apologize, but we'll still give you a moment there at the end that you can do that. So number one, we're still here at the beginning of 2024. Any big plans for this year? Like cool events, any like anything big that you want to talk about?
Yeah, nothing other than DreamHack Atlanta will be happening the first weekend of October. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I will be going to that. And then personally going to a couple concerts and music things that I mentioned earlier. But other than that, don't really know, honestly.
Okay.
I'm kind of taking it easy right now. I'm not planning anything hugely exciting yet. Who's to say? Things might change. Yeah. But stream wise, we are getting closer to 300. So we're having we have a fun idea for a 300 follower celebration stream. Where I found a Google Drive full of all of my old writing samples from like high school, and I genuinely think there's a couple from middle school in there as well. And I also found unfortunately only one old fanfic that Sandy now has. And we're basically we're gonna read Salty's old writing on stream. With the vocal talents of Miss Sandy Visions and probably a couple of other of our folks. Probably Nori, because listen, you can't be friends with someone with a voice like Nori's and then not ask him to join in on a reading based thing. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for this one. It's gonna be. I'm gonna have to. I need to go back and read these to vet them to make sure there's nothing outlandish in there or anything that's gonna dox me. And then but also to kind of desensitize myself to it so I'm not horribly mortified when it happens. I'm going to be regardless because no one embarrasses me more than myself.
Well, I think that's pretty standard fare. We all do a very good job at embarrassing ourselves.
Yeah, no one knows your own insecurities better than you do. So yeah. So but that'll be a fun one. And then I'm also trying to branch out more into more book related content, as I was kind of talking about earlier, especially on my Instagram. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you'll see a lot more book related content on there, but I'm looking for ways to incorporate that on stream as well. So one of the rewards for the charity stream was I have to read a book on stream out loud, not just y'all looking at me while I silently read a book. So I am currently taking suggestions for that. I think currently the front runner is The Hunger Games, just because I'm really familiar with it and I know that there's nothing crazy in it, and it's also fairly short-ish. So it won't be days and days of us reading Hunger Games.
Try Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's a fun one.
That is fun. It's a little lengthy, but
it's not that bad. It took, I think, 4 streams. I got through the book. Not too bad.
Yeah, I forgot that you read that. Yeah, basically I'm stealing your ideas, what I'm hearing now.
That's fine. They're not mine. I am not that original to go, oh yeah, nobody else has ever done this before.
No one's ever read a book on stream before. I'm the first one ever. Yeah. I'm trying to look. I'm looking at my bookshelf that I have like right here to see if there's anything that would be like worth. I honestly thought about reading Uprooted by Naomi Novik, but I think well, for one, it's got some spicy scenes in it that I wouldn't feel comfortable reading on stream, and then it's also a little heavier and a little longer than what I'm looking for. So we'll see. I will explore the options. I'm still taking suggestions, but yeah. So that'll be a fun one.
Sounds like it.
But yeah.
Sounds like one to look forward to.
I hope so.
Be more positive.
It's worth looking forward to. Yes, it's going to be worth looking forward to.
Yeah. There you go. There.
There we go.
That's the way it works.
Okay.
It'll be a thing you don't want to miss. You gotta drill that feeling of FOMO into there. You don't want to miss this.
Exactly. Yeah. If you guys don't tune in, you're losers and you're never going to succeed in life.
There you go. Okay, and your final question for the evening. If you had to go back and talk to either a new streamer who's coming onto the scene here on Twitch or a younger version of you getting started on Twitch, what advice / instruction / helpful hints, whatever you want to, what would you tell yourselves or them?
Ibby, how dare you? It's okay. It's okay. The VOD will be available after this. So I think I've got a couple of pieces of advice, but
go for it.
You know, for one, figure out, you know, your motivation for doing this. And starting out, you just need to be realistic that this isn't going to be something that you start and then immediately are able to like make a living off of this. That's not the way that you should be going into this. It should be something that happens organically and something that you kind of let happen. And for me, honestly, I think I'm a better streamer because I don't put that much stock into what happens on Twitch. I really love it and I find joy from being on Twitch, but like if I fail as a streamer, I'm fine with that because I've got other things in my life that are fulfilling to me. So I think that's my first piece of advice is like know your own motivations. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear it, but the cat is taking, like the loudest poop right now.
Oh no, we can't hear that.
Which is great. Great, good. I'm glad. But I just thought you guys should be aware of it too because I am painfully aware of it.
We are aware of it now. I don't think anybody can stop thinking about it now.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my first piece of advice. And then I think the second piece is to like befriend other streamers. That's like kind of maybe it's Safi in the bathtub. If the bathtub wasn't all the way downstairs, I would agree.
Oh, don't look. Let's not bring 5-year-old Nori back into this picture. We don't need that again.
That was so great. I loved that. I think you got a shout out on my stream on Sunday, and I think it was that clip. It was so lovely. Bring 5-year-old Nori back. We need him. But yes, advice. I'm trying to figure. I will find it. I'll find my way back, guys. Give me a second.
You're fine.
I'll get there. Brain. Oh yes. The best, like, I enjoyed my experience on Twitch, but when it started being really genuinely fun for me was when I started getting connected with other streamers. Like, even if you only have like a handful of viewers, like raid out into someone playing the same game that you were playing, like especially smaller streamers. So you can sort when you go to raid like by size. So if you raid into another person who has like 2 or 3 viewers, like you're just going to be supporting each other and growing your communities together. And you never know, you might actually like genuinely be friends with these people. Like that's kind of what has happened with this community is, you know, uh only a couple of us actually knew each other in person prior to Twitch, but like now that we have, you know, gone through the process of, you know, raiding into one another and being in each other's streams and playing games together, like, you know, it is more of a friendship and a community. What is happening on the puzzle right now? This is terrifying to watch.
I don't know. I'm not watching it. I keep periodically moving my mouse on the screen and moving the screen around just so it doesn't go to commercial and kick us out.
They're like stealing puzzle pieces.
They're trolling each other
from each other. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's having a fun time. Yeah. Oh God, yeah, but yeah. So that would be my advice. Like, know why you're doing it. Don't take it too seriously, and like connect with other streamers and be focused on building a community as opposed to a following. I guess is how I wanted to phrase it.
Yeah, well, I mean, a community is good. A community helps support you during the down times, helps support you during the up times. You grow together. You form long-term friendships, and it's a fun time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can't say
it's
that.
Great. It's my favorite part of being on Twitch now. Like, originally I was just here to play video games and like, you know, talk to the 3 people from my real life who watched my streams. But now it's like, oh, if I stream, I get to talk to so and so and blah blah blah, and it's great.
You get to talk to so and so. If you go stick your head on Twitch, you get to go. Get to go see an Alley stream or a Sandy or a Salty or somebody is streaming that you know, and you can go in there and you can reach out and you can be like, hey, how's it going? And you know, you keep building those bonds of friendship and whatnot, and it's a fantastic thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really good thing. I personally have enjoyed the absolute ever loving snot out of my experiences on Twitch so far, and meeting yourself as well as the rest of the ladies from the regime has been an absolute treat.
Yes, I absolutely loved meeting you at DreamHack. I was over the moon when you said that you were going, and you were a lovely person to hang out with. And just for everyone in chat, Nori is exactly who you think he is. Like, he's a very genuine person. Like, the Nori that you get on stream is by and large the Nori who you meet in real life. Like, you are a very genuine person. You're a very welcoming person, and I genuinely think you don't know a stranger. Like, every now and then we would turn around and you were just like disappeared and talking to some random person.
Well, don't tell me that. That's too much like my father. That hits too close to home there.
Oh, sorry. No, he's an outcast. He doesn't talk to people.
Well, so I did meet a bunch of new faces and whatnot there at DreamHack. There was a period of time where I was left floating around while you girls weren't there, and yeah, I networked and talked with other streamers that were there from Kick and Twitch, and I met new people. So it was fun. And occasionally, yes, you girls would take off, start walking, and I get pulled over because somebody I had talked to a few hours ago were like, hey, I bumped into you again. Let's talk a few minutes. Yeah, sure. Okay. We'll kill. That's fine.
That does not come easy to me. Like, I have to psych myself up to talk to strangers, like, which sounds dumb because I talk to strangers on the internet, like, for a hobby. Like, that's what I'm doing right now.
It's not really the same thing, right? Because it's not face to face. It's there's you know, there's a little bit one. I mean, there's a bit of anonymity there until you go meet them in person and you see them in real life, and yeah. Unless you're Allosaurus, whose profile pic is her picture.
That's true.
And you know exactly who you're looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Eventually, I will get up the nerve and finally turn my camera on and leave it on.
You did hey, you did it once. That was the
I did it
hardest part,
once.
was doing it the once. I'm honored that I was holding the camera when it happened as well. So
Yeah. And you two, you and Sandy were a part of that stream.
we were.
The audio was
however,
absolutely terrible.
It was so bad. So bad. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Mori? You were next to Mr. Mori?
You know,
with an M?
It's right next to the end. It's fine.
Dang it, Discord's doing the thing again. BRB.
Yes, we love the internet connection and it being a fussy thing. You were next to the man. I even got a side hug and a real hug from both of these two lovely ladies.
That's true. That's true.
And I got to hear a Safi squeak in my ear. That was pretty funny too. I'm never going to let her live that one down because that was just funny.
No.
Like, I'm going to walk up. She's going to scan this ticket and then she's going to lose her mind. People, watch this.
Yeah. I'm mildly disappointed that I didn't get to have that particular experience, because like Nori and I were calling each other, trying to find each other in the convention center. So like we knew it was happening, but Saf was completely caught off guard, just like yeah, she was not expecting Nori to be standing in front of her. Sorry for, oh my god, blaming Zoda. Oh, Sandy, what do you need me to know? Let me know.
Yes, talk to us, Cindy.
Yeah, it's Talk Tuesday. It's Talk Tuesday. You gotta talk to me. Stop! Wait, that's so cute. You're getting turtle tattoos? That's adorable.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. All right.
That's awesome.
Well, we are, so final thoughts, anything that you would like to share with the group before we, and while you're at it, is there anybody, because as is tradition around here, we raid to whoever you suggest.
Let me see who is live. Oh, Nori's live. We like him.
Yeah, that doesn't work so well.
Dang. Shoot. I see a Brotherford. Yeah, let's raid into Brotherford. We do know Nori. We know that guy. But as for other things, I would like you guys to know. Don't really think I have anything. I feel like I'm I've gotten everything off my chest. We does that just restart the stream? I think. Yeah.
No.
Darn.
It does not restart the stream.
Immediately another Talk Tuesday restarts the second we
Yeah, well, see, in order to start another Talk Tuesday, I would need another guest.
You can't just talk to me again?
We're already talking. That would be a continuation of the Talk Tuesday. And
not if you start the stream over.
By and large, the plan is to, a year from now, to come back around to these Talk Tuesday interviewees and see where you're at a year from now. How has life changed for you? Has anything gone different? Are you still streaming? You know,
I hope.
There's lots of things that can happen inside a year, and I am dying to hear about it. Besides, I just saw that yawn. You're not.
Oh, I've been yawning this entire time. I've been yawning since like 8. Oh god, yeah. So plot twist, guys. There's a caveat when you sign up for Talk Tuesday where Nori says we're not going to speak again until a year from now. So after the stream, Nori and I go zero contact. We're not going to speak to each other.
You wish. And she's like, please, no. She says that because there is, I have a sound redeem where it's the piggy man and then the, yeah, she knows the one I'm talking about.
That's one of my favorite clips. Is it disabled right now?
Yeah, it is.
I figured. Yeah.
I mean, I can run it if you would like to hear it.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Grandma Salty does need sleep. No, it's the Uwu Piggy Wiggy one. Sandy.
Yeah. And she blushes like no tomorrow in that one. She turns red in the face because she's like, "Oh my god, it's too good."
that was the first. Well, that was very shortly after I got sound alerts on my stream, so it was still very new, and the combination of the sounds that were happening was it was a fun. A fun
Yes, Moose Modder, new emotes. They were made by Swifty's cousin. Brain Chick.
I like that one.
Just, I love the fact that she. So, if you get them and you blow them up, there's actually binary on the background of those, and the binaries spell out what the emote is.
Oh, that's fun.
So there's a level of detail to that that's really fun. So the hype one, which is what that one right there is, actually says hype in binary behind it.
That's really fun.
The green heart one says love in it. You know, things like that. It's fantastic. She really did a first-rate job at them. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, all right. So you want to go read out to a Brotherford?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll go say hi to the sexiest man on the interwebs, which, by the way, will be on Talk Tuesday, March 12th. Had to go look up the date.
Looking forward to it.
Yep, March 12th. So not next week, but the week after next week. So if you guys have been... What?
No, I was just going to say, how far out are you scheduled for Talk Tuesday now? Like, how many slots you got?
I am only scheduled to the end of May. Like, there's one more Tuesday in May, and then the rest of the year I'm still free. So there's still a lot of Tuesdays for the rest of this year, and a lot of people that can be slotted in there to come show up for Talk Tuesday. And all it takes is sending me a little DM and says, yes, I would like to be on Talk Tuesday, and a date that you want to be there for it.
Do it, guys.
And we'll work out the details as we get closer to that date.
Yeah, it was. This was a relatively painless experience. I it.
Relatively painless. That's right.
Relatively, you know.
Well, yes, but you know, you're a regular Talk Tuesday professional because the regime have done Talk Tuesday twice. We
have. Yeah, this is the end of regime month. Oh my gosh. How does it feel? You made it through. You're finally free.
You know, it's how does it feel for me? I have enjoyed the Sweetheart Month. You know, this has been fantastic.
A Sweetheart Month.
Well, February is Valentine's Day and everything else. Why not?
Exactly. So that's cute.
It's been a fantastic February. I've enjoyed every last one of these. So
yeah, it has been a pleasure for us as well. I mean, I don't want to speak for the whole of the regime, but I know that the other two share the same sentiment that this is great. I'm glad you're doing this. Yeah. It wasn't. There she goes. Yeah.
All right.
Do we have another February?
Yeah, next year. Next year will be another February.
Here we go. Do it again next year, guys.
Well, my next invite.
Already slid into Nori's DMs.
Wow. Okay, so I am going to deafen in Discord. You're welcome to sit around, and we can follow up afterwards if you want, or you're welcome to just dip out and go on about your day. I am going to close out and say goodbye to all these fantastic folks and send them on over to Brotherford. Right. Thank you again, Miss Salty Snacks. This has been a real treat. I have enjoyed my snack for this evening.
You are, as ever, a very charming interviewer. And thank you all for tuning in and for your questions. And I hope you all have a great night.
Flexi, you are welcome to finish out the puzzle. Just because the puzzle is actually open all the time, right? So as long as you've got the invite, even if I close out of it, it'll stay there. So you're welcome to finish the puzzle if you want.
Good.
So you're good to go.
Do it. Finish it.
There you go. All right. And with that, we're going to hit the end screen. It has been lovely. It has been fantastic. It has been amazing. And you guys have been a fantastic audience. Thank you again for showing up for another epic Talk Tuesday where we have gotten to get to know another streamer just that much better. And again, if you want to be a part of Talk Tuesdays, send me a message. Give me a date. Say, look, I want to come and be on your Talk Tuesday on this Tuesday. We will make it happen. It's going to be a thing. I am looking forward to it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the evening as we send this raid out to the Brotherford as per our standard traditions around here. That is where our lovely, lovely special guest, Salty Snacks, has decreed that we are going to go, and by golly, we are going to go and take this rambunctious crowd over to the Brotherford. We're going to see what he's doing. We're going to tell him all about Talk Tuesday, and by all means, spam his chat and let him know all about everything that you've learned here today about Salty Snacks. And again, you guys are amazing. I don't know what I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say to you. You guys are great, awesome, wonderful, fantastic, amazing. My very, very favorite people that exist on the interwebs are right here. That being said, there we go. There is the raid to the Brotherford. The first message is for all of you lovely followers. The second message is for all you lovely subscribers. Whichever one that you can copy and paste and spam in his chat, by all means do so. And as always, continue to be the fantastic, fabulous, and amazing people that I already know you are. And until next time, bye for now.